everybody. We got Chuck and Vicky, and is it Andrew? No, White on the other side. Hey, Dee.
Hey, I'm sorry, I'm the one that got my stuff locked.
That's okay. It took me a minute to figure out how to get it all started.
That's why I hollered at you a minute ago.
Dee, the link's up there. If you,
Deaf and can't half hear out of the other ever since everybody been sick.
yeah,
I'm real bad. I need to walk around with a funnel on the side of my head so I can hear.
it's okay. I got squeaky voice.
Yeah.
You could squeak at me and Vicky, and we can go eh.
Oh my goodness, it's so good to see all y'all. Who do we got? Jen, Tennessee girl, shift kicker, Deb.
Hey,
Dee.
shit.
Hey, John Dunning. Much love to you. I hope y'all all had a Merry Christmas.
Hold
You
on.
know where mine was.
You and him.
I enjoyed it because it's
You
gone.
got a big mouth.
Yeah.
And him.
Integrity minded, joyful. Deb, I think I said Deb. David, good to see you.
I got one to cover everybody. Hey, all y'all.
Right. Rock steady. There's my rock. I'm gonna try to quit getting sick.
If they quit spraying that shit in the sky, we will.
Cindy. Yeah. Uh that little gift that Eric sent me. Bless you, Eric. Hey Anna. Uh I'm saving it for prevention. I think that's I knew there was a reason I was hesitant because I can't get that stuff here. And
He said there's a place. We need to figure out where he ordered it from. I don't know if he can still get it now, but
yeah, yeah, I'd like to figure that out. Yeah, I was just telling Vicky, been laying here just eating like a cow, like steak and roast and crackers and cookies. Vanilla wafers have become my best friend.
still leaving
Hilarious
cigarettes alone.
food. To what?
Still leaving cigarettes alone.
For the most part, spoken about 2 a day. Uh, Trying my hardest to stay away from them. Hey, Marshmallow.
Oh, David out there, I don't know if I offended you somehow, but I don't know, ain't aware of anything I've done to you, then you block me out and all that. But if I hurt your feelings, I'm sorry.
I know I need fruits and vegetables. And
Yeah, Dollar Store has this one juice up there. It's like $3. It's supposed to be 7 superfruits. Vicky don't like it. It said it tastes like prune juice.
ew, huh? Well, I've been drinking the Mott's apple juice and uh, hot lemonade. Love hot lemonade. Hot apple cider.
It's good.
Okay, Anna, you're going to have to share that info with me. That's kind of pricey, but whatever. I'll pitch in. Yeah, it's been a Willie D. Good to see you. Um, the club crackers. I think I figured out. You know how I'm allergic to iodine.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't say iodine on it because we looked at the ingredients because I was kind of wondering after the first box.
It makes
And
They make you sick.
But that's when I get squeaky. I eat those, and then my throat. It is the oddest thing I've ever seen. So I just took a little Benadryl. So if I don't go very long, it's because Benadryl knocks me out.
Could be the iodized salt they use. Maybe they put too much of it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking too. So I'm giving the club crackers to my granddaughter.
Benadryl makes me hyper.
And you know what? Hey, Conda, good to see you. Huh? Um, oh, what did I just see? Somebody. Hey, Joseph, good to see you. Huh? Somebody was showing uh, fermenting garlic. Was it bushcraft or
It was showing what?
fermenting garlic and canning it? And it's like a
Yeah,
natural antibiotic.
yeah, you can do it in oil and different stuff.
Yeah, and I need to find that video. I know I saved it somewhere and get me some of that made because garlic is good.
Yep.
I can do that just by itself. That's that roast. I told my granddaughter, I said, drown it in garlic. Woo, she did. And then the next thing I was
Days,
like,
clove, half a clove, just peel it and cut it in half and chew it up.
That's why you see them old men wearing them damn bags with garlic out of them. They eat that stuff.
yeah, hey, Bear,
They
good.
eat their mouth.
Well, that's when we were kids, if we would get an upset stomach, Mama would make us a garlic sandwich. Just slice it up on bread. And,
I know a lot of people did that and have it sliced up with butter in it and eat it on toast.
yep.
My mom and dad would give us a teaspoon of freaking Pepto. Nasty ass crap.
Integrity minded. I'm in East Texas, right on the I-20 corridor, right on the border. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Cindy.
Yep.
Hey, Willie. Everybody I missed.
And I'm in the middle.
Hey,
Stuck
all
in
y'all.
the middle alone. Isn't that a song too?
What is it?
Stuck in the middle alone.
Yeah, stuck
Yeah, that's a song.
It seems like everybody's all around the edges. Dallas, East Texas, West Texas, or San Antonio and below. And I'm just in the middle.
Yeah, east, west, central, south, north.
Mom,
Yeah.
Where do you want?
Mom, that old scrubber's got soap on it.
So does the wash rag.
I didn't know the water.
Nancy Lemix Turtle. Is that how you say her name? Sweet Nancy. She's about 45 minutes from me. She's the closest one that I've found so far.
Yeah, David, it gets rid of parasites and bacteria and germs or parasites. So
Prairie Island. What did I see a while ago? Somebody asked if we heard what happened in Buffalo.
Yeah, that snow, the blizzard.
Oh my goodness. Is that where that pileup was? If they're all trapped
That
on
people stranded. And I don't know why they're making it a big deal this year. It's like that in Buffalo every year. It's a ski resort, so they're going to get a lot of snow.
Yeah. And
They're
I
just
know.
pushing this propaganda crap.
we're getting warm and cold. We're going to end up all everybody going to be sick everywhere.
Yes, did I go for what? I'm telling you, I've seen so much this month. It isn't even funny. I have been watching how to make Adobe. Oh, all the looting too. Great. A lot of people are dying. Oh my goodness. "91 inches of snow? How is that possible?
They live on the snow belt.
Your house would be buried, wouldn't it?"
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my goodness. I can't. I hate snow. Oh, right now, I hate snow. I hate the cold,
I
the
do too.
winter,
I don't live there anymore.
the winter. I just, earlier I watched a video of a man that, um, he does, he, well, he was singing a song. It was the
That's
saddest thing ever. And, he does suicide prevention. And, and he was saying the same thing, uh, that you have to really stay on top of your faith, your you have to really keep yourself mentally prepared for winter if you live in those high snow areas because it's dark all the time, it's cold, and it's people just
they got 7 feet of snow. Is what that adds up to. 7 feet of snow,
What?
which covered cars,
What?
maybe half your house. You couldn't get out your door.
You can always be living in Alaska with that 31 days of darkness.
Yeah, that blizzard that happened in Ohio back in '76. Girl, we were digging for days, and
I
that
just can't
that
imagine.
actually covered half. It went up to our upstairs windows.
Yeah, that's well. Anna was telling me about climbing out the window to move the snow, and I was like,
And
"Good
you know,
God."
my mom's from Maine, and she said that's normal
Yeah,
for up there. I'm like, holy crap! And you know, Buffalo's the same way. It's normal for up there too.
yeah. I heard New York was just getting hammered.
Now, inner New York, that's not. That's a lot of snow for them.
Yeah, I feel bad for all those people up there. But they are the toughest people. Well, I don't know. To each his
Weather-wise,
choose.
they are.
Yeah, for the weather, the mountain people, they can, uh, they don't need anybody for anything. They can do it all themselves. Then here we
Yeah.
are in Texas. We're just kind of
Where's my summer again?
right.
Oh shoot!
Give me a cabin out in the middle of the woods up there, near nobody, and let me hunt my own food. I'll be good.
You know, I don't mind the cold. It's the wind. When that wind whips, ooh, Lord have mercy, it's going right through your soul.
Yes, through your bones, everything. It's just oh, I know. But that's my brother. He was training for the Olympics. He did. I don't know what it's called. Is it called downhill skiing? And
Yeah,
yeah, so while he was in college, he was training for the Olympics, doing that, and I guess he was pretty good. Uh, that's just something I never went and did. When we were kids, we were out on the highway on cardboard boxes when it snowed because Texas shuts down. I mean, no one's allowed on the highway, period. So we don't
yeah.
have
You,
any pileups.
you figure
Although
me being up north, I would have skied. I hated skiing. I loved ice skating though.
I never got to ice skating. I did roller skating all the time, but never did get to do
Yeah,
ice
that's like I
skating.
tell my kids if they can roller skate, or rollerblade, you can ice skate.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
Strong ankles.
that's one thing I miss for my kids was the sledding part because that was a blast.
See, we never had a sled.
Remember Mama's us going down her hill with the fucking
Yeah.
trash can lid? Almost hit a car.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It was either trash can lids or cardboard boxes. We didn't have
Plastic.
the fun toys.
We used to tie tires, big tractor tires in the back of trucks, and get in them. There'd be like 3 or 4 of us in it, and they'd pull us down the road and shit in the snow. That was fun.
Yeah. Oh my goodness! Firestorm in the foothills of California on the roof with a hose.
Did you get any snow, Bonnie?
This
In
year?
that cold?
Yeah.
No, no. Y'all did?
We
It's
didn't
sleeting.
either.
It got sleet and snow a little bit out there.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
They said Tyler got snow.
That's what
Oh,
it come
wow.
through over here. We got sleet and stuff, but I wasn't out watching it.
We got ice.
Yeah, we got a lot of ice.
Good job, TH2. That'd be me. There's a little clip on Facebook, and it's this man, and it says, "We be like this in Texas," and he's zipping, I don't know, 10 layers of jackets, sweaters, hoodies, whatever, and I was like, "Yep, that's me." Pile it on.
Yeah, Chip got up there, or PH2 and Chip both. I was up in Ohio in that 78, 77, 78 when they had that bad blizzard up there, and we were right there on that lakefront stuff coming off Lake Erie, and it went from 50 degrees, then by the time the temperature dropped and it was dark, it was below 0, and the snow was drifting over houses.
Wow.
It was bad.
Well, I'm glad it was sent to you, Carl. Sorry I didn't. Country homesteading, good to see you. Thank you all for the text messages, the emails, the prayers. Everything was greatly appreciated.
Hey, homesteading.
Everybody missed the bonbon.
Oh, they were going to y'all too. I saw the prayers going at y'all.
Camel Carl out there?
Yeah.
He is. Hey, Camo. He was worried about you big time.
Yeah, I talked to him a couple of times. My sleep schedule went all whacked out. I was sleeping all day and up all night. And
You
then
were on my schedule. You should have called me on my lunch.
I don't know when your lunch is, but that's when I was going nuts. I was like, man, nobody's up in the middle of the night. And then a couple of times I found people up in the middle of the night, so I was able to talk.
I'm up every night in the middle of the night. Damn it.
And last night, I couldn't fall asleep for nothing. And then Rescue came on at 4, and I started watching it. Conk. His voice just does it.
Yeah,
I
he's
told
got
him that today. Yeah.
Sounds like Elliot.
Who?
rescue. I don't know if he sounds like that, but he's got a calming voice.
And he's been having a little trouble with his throat too. Talking a little different. Yeah, they're probably, Texas is what do they call it? Tarjay.
RJ. Yeah, Saudi don't have Walmarts. They just got a bunch of Targets.
Oh, we got everything coming at us here. Border. you know.
Yeah, and mash and potato salad over there, wanting to what you showed me earlier.
Yep. Let's just see how much damage we can do here. Well, I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting kind of tired of it.
Yeah, and I got my wife's cousin still all what's going to go on and all this and talking about dates and stuff coming, and I'm like, yeah, I don't believe all that bullshit. When they start showing me people hanging
Mm,
from, then I'll believe it.
yes. That's one thing. I've watched a lot of videos and I've seen a lot of dates, cue drops, uh, all this stuff, and I'm just like, I just can't. I'm sorry. And I know a lot of people are really counting on that. My faith is not in that. My faith is in Jesus. I just can't.
I can't
I
put
can't.
myself more because I don't believe it.
Yeah, I just can't see. And it's kind of weird with the border. I'm seeing the National Guard putting up the razor wire and blocking off, and then down here, I'm seeing gates opening and people just coming in and vans waiting to pick them up. And so it's like, what is really going on here?
Yeah, David, and I got too old for all that Santa Claus stuff. I don't believe in stuff I don't see, but
Yeah.
except God. The rest of it, it's fairy tales. You only tell people so many times next week, next month, 2 months, the end of the spring, end of summer, and it's like I know some things happen. A lot of things did happen, but ain't none of it even reflected on none of the stuff they talked about. So,
Well, that's cool, Willie D. Yeah, my mama has, she is, she's doing amazing. And she called me today and she said, I don't know what your holdup is getting a house out here, but whatever it is, I'll do what I need to do. And she's all, get a house out here now. And I'm all, oh, um, guess I better start packing again.
did you start unpacking?
I didn't start unpacking. I just kind of rearranged it because it was like right in the middle of my bedroom. And so now it's lining the walls. And um, we got this program here. I had never heard of it, but um, there's a EMT that volunteers to go around and just check on people once a week. And he checks their vitals and, asks them. He said his job is to keep you out of the hospital. And so he's been coming around and then so he's trying to get home health and all this other stuff to help me out a little while. And I'm like, fine with me. And I said, but you know what? The doctor ordered a ramp 3 years ago. If you know anything about that, can you please put some fire under somebody's rear? That was one of the hardest things was getting to the ambulance. Well, they wouldn't let me put on no shoes. And I don't know about y'all there, but we got acorns and rocks.
Yeah,
Oh,
we got them and gumballs here. Oh,
yeah.
sweet tree, the useless ones.
Which trees? The cedar.
Sweet gum. Like in those gumballs that are about an inch and a half big around, and then you step on them barefooted, they're almost prickly.
I don't know where your voice went.
Sweet gum.
Oh, sweet gum.
Yeah.
Is it a
Step
pine?
step on them barefoot, they're almost prickly. They got them little inch and a half big around balls that drop off of them.
Huh. I don't know what those are. It's not a pine tree?
No, it's sweet gum. You never seen sweet gum?
I guess not.
They're the ones that drip all that sap. They got the big broad leaf on them, kind of almost like a maple, but they're green.
Oh, cool.
But they got them damn gumballs that fall off of them that the hell that like walk out there if you ain't wearing hard shoes. Hell, and sometimes them it twist your ankle, make you almost fall over.
Oh, no. Hey, John Garrett. We don't have any cool trees here. We only have oak and cedar,
I like
unless you plant something else. So the oak trees are pretty cool. I mean, they're good shade, but I had planted when we built our house when I was married. I planted a maple tree in the backyard because I wanted a tree that turned color, like real colors, not just brown or green.
yeah.
And it did really good for about, I don't know, 7 or 8 years. And all of a sudden it just fell over dead. I mean, fell over. Boom. I was
A
like,
lot of trees doing that around here. I don't know what's getting them. Something they're spraying. I'm guessing.
I've never seen one just fall over, uh, roots and all, out of the ground, just fall over dead.
Huh.
Usually they'll die from the bottom or the top or, gradual. It still had green leaves on it and everything. It was
Something
just weird.
Something I got to the root. Usually you see a tree dying from the top down, and you can see it from the tip top, and it's just dying going down. Something's got to it. That spray or
Yes. And I think y'all mentioned that on your channel the other night, and I've actually noticed that in some areas. Thankfully, not mine, but
Hey, John. Hey, Jim, Garrett, Camo.
Jen. Did I say Jen? It could have been some insect, but we have really crappy dirt. It's like clay. It it's really hard to grow something not native. Hey dog, good to see you again. Tennessee Red Runner. Jim Boswell. I have missed all of y'all. Just the talking. My kids are the ones that talked me into doing this. They told me today, please do a live. And I said, what? And they said, you need to talk to somebody to a live. I was like, well, alrighty then. I'll see what happens. And it was the nerves. I was going to set it for 8, and I was like, give you an extra 30 minutes to get calm. Janet, good to see you. Garrett, if you're talking about Pence, I saw that. Yeah, I don't know who he thinks is gonna. Oh, it's already all planned out. We already know how it's gonna go. Don't even need to worry about it.
Huh. Hey, Janet. Hey, T.
Thank you, Jim. Hi, T girl. Love you too, hon.
Brownie.
Oh, do y'all watch Navy Bat 103? His videos.
When if I catch him with one up or whatever.
He puts out some good stuff. I even asked him. I said, "Can I share this?" And he said, "Of course." And I said, thank you so much.
Have a good night, homesteading.
Nose pickings here. Hey, nose picking. Yep, I've seen some nose picking videos. Guardsman did a foraging video. I sat there for 2 hours just in trance watching that.
You got one black sock.
Yeah, that was.
I love to go to the ones that where you're learning something that
Hey,
you know.
Rich. Hey, Nunya.
Hi Jake, how are you? Yeah, and I've seen a bunch of videos. I noticed Jake was one of them too, checking to see what they lost because of the freezing temperature.
What?
So
What?
that,
And there was some people that were unwrapping at the hay and the tarps and everything to see if any of their plants lived through the hard freeze. Some did, some didn't. It was just and that was in greenhouses and everything.
Yeah, they got mine. My little portable greenhouse thing that I made out of plastic and stuff. That power went out and killed my lights in it, and it was in the 20s. And 6 hours ago, killed everything. After all they've been through, they get killed out by the cold. Because Oopsie just forgot to flip the switch and turn the all power off for no reason to switch out.
Hey, Arkwell, man, good to see you. Praying you get those pipes fixed. I know that's
Hey, Art. Hey, Cat.
Cat Lady, good to see you. Yeah, tomatoes seem to be the main thing that people lost. Tomatoes and oh, there was something else.
probably cucumber.
I had tomatoes and bell peppers still running out there, but
Yeah, and that's I did before the freeze came, and I got what I could off of them, and then just let them go. And I wasn't. I don't know how to do those little tiny tomato seeds. I think it's better if you get the big tomatoes for those for the seeds. Maybe I don't know, but it just didn't work.
I don't want this fucker now. I'm still probably.
hey, Tom.
Oh, cat lady, I'm sorry to hear that. Goodness. And I know all of y'all heard. God bless Sean. North
Yeah.
Shore Preparedness. Pray he's flying high with angels. I know he is. He is a good man.
Who?
Sean died.
Sean.
Who's Sean?
He's another guy from the show on here.
Oh, I don't know.
And if y'all watch, oh, what's his name? Southern boy prepper. Keep him in your prayers. I send him good good news, good vibes. He had lost his son.
Yeah,
It
all
was
kind of happened this last month, and it's terrible.
it did, but I just I know that I know God's choosing angels. That's the way I look at it. Is they're the lucky ones. They're the ones that don't have to.
Jim, I heard it was heart issues, and they were trying to do something and just didn't pan out or something to that order. I don't know the exacts. It's terrible. He was in and come home, and he looked great, but last time
Yeah,
I saw him, I think was that he was making spaghetti with his neighbor, and then I seen him one time after that over at Shad.
yep. Yeah, I've been hanging out at Shad's because you can just say anything there and nobody judges you. Not get all.
He'd be
That's
like
what.
me and not give a shit, Bonnie.
Yeah. Well,
They
it's
don't.
I'm
sometimes.
getting, I'm getting you there.
Well, it's sometimes all the stuff you hear going on for the past, what is it, 2 or 3 years, and what they're trying to do to us. Yes, I get mad. I get furious sometimes, and so I go someplace where I think I can hide and just. Especially where it's loud and kind of everybody's doing the same thing.
Dave wants to
Me too, especially you don't have to hear it. If you don't have 78 pounds of beans and 400 pounds of potatoes, blah, 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 or Q said, I'm tired of hearing both of it.
Yes.
get a bucket of taters in there and you get something done with.
I know we all need it. We got issues. It's kind of like when you got an illness, you don't want to hear about it every 5 minutes.
Yeah. And that's it. We know what they're doing. We know they're trying to take us out. My thing is, what do we do about it? We got to do something about it. We can't just keep letting this happen. And that was one of the videos that I wanted to play. If y'all are okay with it, is
Don't be sheeple.
well, I don't know where it went now. Okay, I know where one is.
You do what you want. Who am I to judge? I don't judge anybody.
Oh no, I'm not judging anybody. I'm just saying
I
I'm
know. I'm just, you play what you want. Play what you want on my show if you want. I don't care.
I think I get more frustrated with myself that I can't do more to switch things around or do whatever. I don't know what you call it, but yep,
I'm mad at myself because I can't do the stuff I could before the pandemic come through.
yeah, that's it. It's like
I didn't, I didn't believe it, but I still stayed inside most of the time.
okay, I'm gonna play this.
Hey, Eric. I
Oh, that poor guy.
the blood that flows in places we've forgotten. The white resembles innocence. In some ways we've been lost in. The blue, it stands for vigilance and holding fast to righteousness. But have we lost our way? The stars are for remembering the glory and the victory, where proudly we can say, oh, this is freedom. This is freedom. Where strength and confidence collide along the straight and narrow. When peace is found in sacrifice by patriots and heroes. Where grace abounds and evil dies, truth resounds above the lies. It's only found one way, and here we are today. This is freedom. Freedom. This is what we stand on. One nation under God. This is truth we can't ignore. This is freedom. That speaks of liberty beyond our institutions. If this is a reality, then where are the solutions? A place where we can stand and sing, worship our risen King without relinquishing. God for life eternally, you hold life for all to see without guilt or blame. It's what you claim. This is freedom. This is freedom. This is freedom. This is freedom. Even though the fight is long, the enemy may wound us. The stripes are for the rays of hope that never cease to lead us, guide us home. We stand for freedom. This is freedom. We stand for freedom. This is freedom. We stand for freedom.
It's over here. Should be good. I got 3 good.
For tonight, I stand here a freedom fighter. This country was founded by freedom fighters. Men and women who love their country and their creator.
Amen.
400 years ago, our forefathers left the religious oppression of another land to build this one. And the first thing they did was to put a cross on the shores of the Atlantic. But it was more than a cross. It was a symbol that in this land, a citizen has the freedom to worship as he or she desires, or the freedom not to worship at all. My fight isn't about colored lights or a tree on the city square. My fight is about freedom and taking back what has been stolen from us. We are losing freedoms one by one that our forefathers, our brothers in arms, and my son died for. It is time we stood up for what they died for what we believe in. Our rights are being destroyed, perhaps forever. But don't you see?
Sure, I'll be right back.
We're letting it happen. We're asleep. We sleep and they come in like a thief in the night and they take what's left. Wake up! We can't sleep anymore. Wake up and look around you. Look what's coming over the horizon. We
What?
can't let the enemy take one more inch. Not one more inch. We can't be silent anymore. The silence has to stop, and it has to stop today. Young men and women are dying in foreign lands to preserve the freedoms that we enjoy every single day. Can you hear them? Just listen. It's their voices from the grave. They're wondering if they died in vain. Do we dare diminish their sacrifice by our silence? Well, if your answer is no, then you think about this. When history is written, will history say you stood by and you did nothing? Or will history say that you fought? You fought like those brave souls. You fought to preserve the memory of the young men and women that have given everything for this country and for you. We fight for freedom. We fight for freedom. We fight for freedom.
Yeah.
Stupid.
That was awesome, Bonnie.
I think that's kind of cute.
I had put that on my community page, and I don't know if it got any views, but I was like, I'm sharing it again. I have the movie, and I was watching it one night, and I was like, this is it. I got to find his speech. And I found his speech up on that roof, and I was like, okay, I want to share it.
Yeah, I like that. And every bit of it, what he said was true.
It is. And that's what, when I saw it, I was like, he is so right. They can only take what we allow. And that's
Yep.
what we're going to do, is quit allowing it.
That's like, at work, a lot of the people, when all this first started, were all like real quiet about it and everything. Now they're all starting to voice their opinions on it. And they're not liking it.
Mm-hmm.
I try to warn y'all. I'm one of them ones that don't keep their mouth shut. I think in it, and it sort of just pops out.
Yeah. Well, that's the way I am. It'll just kind of sit there simmering, and then it kind of starts bubbling, and then it's like boom.
Yeah. I think that's why my managers keep me around and I argue with them. Oh, my back hurts.
Yeah, I think that movie is called One More Ounce of Courage.
Oh, that was a movie?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I'm gonna have to look it up. Ooh, cupcake. Chuck brought a thing of cupcakes home.
Thank you, conservative cowboy, and good to see you again. Cupcakes sound good.
Mm.
I'm trying to stay away from the sweets, but
Yeah, I don't eat a whole lot of them, but when I do, oh Lord have mercy.
yep, vanilla wafers have been that part of it. Amen, concerned patriot. I like that. And welcome.
I prefer regular food over sweets.
You can tell why it's a southern boy.
One.
Yeah, the only one of my kids that weren't born here was my daughter. She was born in Ohio.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Well, I guess it's been about,
And it's funny because you know she went to Florida, right?
yeah.
And people think she's from up north. And she's like, no, I'm from Louisiana. And they're
Wow.
like, you even have an accent.
Well, my family's been in Texas for about 200 years. I don't know when the Alamo was, but since then, since before then,
No, you know, I live in Texas and never been there. Ain't that a shame? You can't eat nothing.
never been to the Alamo.
Sorry, Bonnie?
You've never been to the Alamo?
No, ma'am.
Like I said,
It
I
is,
can
it's very, um, you just can't walk in there without feeling it.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
And,
I need to go then.
and um, the trail of missions, the mission trail, whatever they call it, that's pretty cool too. Um, we've gone all through there. We've gone to Goliad because of the family, and some of their graves are at those places. And there he is. Needed that 103. Good to see you. Handy out, Jack.
taste I can until I can get some more spaghetti. I'm a fat kid.
1836. Thank you.
You ain't a fat kid no more.
Don't tell me that.
Wyatt lost like almost 80 pounds, Bonnie.
Oh my goodness.
Weight, and water weight.
Yeah. As long as you're not losing it too fast, but the water weight will go faster.
Yeah.
It's at a steady pace. Not going too fast, but I'm losing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were worried about his weight when he first started his dialysis. Because he was losing so fast.
And at your age, because you're still so young and your skin will stretch back and stuff, is try to um, keep the muscle built up, even if it's just cans of vegetables, just toning, um, doing little leg exercises that you can do in your bed or whatever.
Yeah, that's what he does over here on the couch.
Yep.
Shoot, I forgot what I was saying.
You're way too young to be forgetting.
Oh, if anything, if I get stretchy skin, all I got to do is do that old Italian wives' tale with the olive oil.
There you go. Olive oil. And I was actually told too that the food grade hydrogen peroxide is really good at hydrating the skin and keeping it
Yeah.
balanced. And so I got me a gallon of that, and
I think
that's
I think you got to
even
use extra virgin olive oil.
yeah, yep. Barbecue Rockstar, good to see you. Y'all gotta check out Barbecue Rockstar. He puts out some good dishes too. John, all us foodies like to
I,
see that
I
food.
I can eat anything as long as it doesn't contain meat, or not meat, but milk.
Yep.
You what?
I can't have anything that contains milk, so that's basically everything that you have in either barbecue or besides the meat and sometimes veggies they cook.
Annie, Chuck went into the store. His baby cat's giving him dirty looks because he ain't got no treats.
I didn't
His,
know he went on a store run.
his little print.
Yeah, this is our little prince. He
Yeah.
pouts. He ain't got his treats, and it's got to be a certain one.
And if he doesn't like it and it's on the table, he'll literally push it off on the floor.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he has his own table, Bonnie. I don't know if Chuck told you. And when Chuck plays his game with the guys that come over here on Mondays, he puts his food on the floor, and that cat refuses to eat until he puts it on a table, on his table.
Oh
This
my
cat is
goodness.
full rotten.
Oh, he treats that
Yeah.
cat better than he does us.
That's my mother was telling me. She woke up Christmas morning to the phone ringing,
Hey, heard the
and
door.
the phone wasn't where it was supposed to be, and the charger wasn't there. Nothing was there. She found the phone up under the bed because the cats had knocked it off the nightstand.
Gotta love them cats, right?
No, I don't like cats. I'm sorry if that's terrible, but for one, I'm allergic to them. But they just, I have, when I go to somebody's house with a cat, first there's cat hair everywhere.
Yeah.
But I've even seen videos of them. They will sit there and they'll look at you with their little paw sitting there just waiting and just whack. And there goes a glass vase crashing to the floor or something.
Yep, that's what Pagan does.
They're evil.
I gave him water out of my water bottle. I guess he didn't like it because that bowl he just looked at me and went poof and swooped it up on the floor.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
I don't know if it's because I gave it to him and not Chuck or what, but he did not like me giving him water.
He's my Doberman.
And that is fact.
Get up there.
Touch Jack.
Come on.
I don't know.
And he won't eat off the floor, bowl, or any of it. You got to put it up on a table or end table or
I was just telling her about that.
rotten as hell.
Yeah, I'm getting your shit out of the way, boy.
Tom, that's the weird thing. It's like they know I'm allergic to them. If I'm sitting outside or something, all of a sudden, that's this summer, I was sitting out there. I don't have cats. Will not have cats. If I have a cat, I might, when I move, just one outside cat for snakes and stuff because we have all that. But if the chickens take care of it, then I don't need the cat. But
Right?
it's
Kids always had them growing up, and none of them ever liked me.
well, I'll just be sitting outside, and all of a sudden a cat just jumps in my lap, and I'm like, "Where'd you come from? Get away!"
Like you.
That's your spirit animal.
That's how we found out my daughter was allergic to cats. The long-haired ones, she's fine with the short-haired ones, but she can't be around the long-haired.
This is it right here. Navy vet knows.
My mom up north, and we were at my brother's house, and she was sitting on the floor playing with the cat. And about 20 minutes later, she looked at me, and her eyes were swollen shut, and her face was swollen. I was like, "What
Yes.
the hell?"
Yes, that's what they did to me. And the nose just running and
Yeah,
wheezing, can't breathe. It's like it's horrible.
yeah. I asked my brother. I said, "What the hell's wrong with her?" He says, "She's allergic to that cat. Get her away from her."
See, Navy vet said cats are so ornery because they are short and close to the ground, where the devil can whisper in their ear.
That's so true.
That explains why my mom's so mean sometimes.
Hey, you hear that?
I'm cracking on you being shorter than everybody else in the house.
Yeah, I know. Smart ass.
I make up her size though.
Oh, yeah. Give me a good dog that doesn't shed.
It doesn't shit.
Shed.
Oh, that either, huh?
It didn't shit. It looked like a little torpedo.
Or a bear. I always wanted a bear.
Damn, don't want a cat, but want a bear.
That's because she can ride the bear.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
There you go.
Yeah, them things are expensive to feed, though.
Oh, thank
Hey,
you. That.
Oh, yeah, you can let her pet you, you little shit.
Yeah, that was one of the things I wanted to play. I have been wanting to play that for a long time, and then Navy Vet put up a really good one, and there he is. Y'all want to hear it? Of course you do. The history of the Battle Hymn of the Republic.
I got so many cuts on them.
This ain't covered up yet.
I'd like to talk to you tonight about a great lady. And she was just that, a very great lady, and a celebrity, which is something else, of course. A toast of society. On top of that, she was a suffragette, a sort of great-grandmother of woman's lib, and one of the finest singers in this country. Her name was Miss Julia Ward Howe. Here she is in the happy autumn of her brilliant life. Now, Miss Julia was born before photography was invented, and though there were cameras by the time Miss Julia had grown up to be beautiful, and she was, you know, very beautiful. If there is a photo made of her back in her youthful days as a breaker of hearts, I haven't been able to find it. Never mind. After all this time, we still remember her with so much affection because of some words she wrote for a song. I don't think there's any argument that it's the greatest song ever to come out of America, and hers are the greatest lyrics. The music started well ahead of the words. It started in church and then moved out into the battlefield. It began as a hymn. It grew to be the most heart-quickening marching song in all history. It's quite a story. Before the Civil War, there was an old man named Brown who tried to start a civil war all on his own. An angry old man who reckoned it wasn't enough just to say that slavery was wrong. Something had to be done about it. Slaves had to be set free. So he and his sons and other people picked up their guns and tried to do just that. It didn't work, of course. Nobody was freed. Old Mr. Brown was caught and tried for treason and hanged. He was either a martyred hero or a bloodthirsty villain, depending on your viewpoint. It's an argument that's still going on. You can dispose of me, he said, standing on the scaffold. You can dispose of me very easily. This other matter has not been disposed of. This Negro question, I mean. The end of that is not yet. Well, they buried him. Not so long afterwards, that crazy private battle of his broke out so publicly that it all but broke our nation in two. It very nearly destroyed us. Early on in that terrible Civil War of ours, a few soldiers picked up that half-forgotten hymn tune and improvised some words, and pretty soon an army was marching to it. Maybe what old Brown had done in life was unlawful, but the spirit moving him free. Spirit in our land we like to think can never die. That's the sense of what the soldiers were singing. John Brown's body lies a-moldering in the grave. His soul goes marching on. Carried the whole Union Army into battle. Well, Miss Howe was the lady who made it the battle hymn of the Republic. The whole Republic. A nation, as Miss Howe's great admirer, Mr. Lincoln, so greatly put it. Dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Her song was for all of us to sing, and all of us to live by. She'd had a sleepless night. This happened in Washington, the old Willard Hotel, and somehow just before dawn, those words all came to her all at once, as though some other hand had written them and passed them on to her. So Miss Julia Howe got up out of her hotel bed and found, as she said later, an old stub of a pen, and as daybreak lightened over a sleeping city, sat down at the window and got it all written out before the sun had reached the paper. Those words of hers still helped to bind and hold us. A song not for half a nation to march to, but for a whole people to stand up and sing together. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He hath loosed the fateful lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is marching on. In the beauty of the lilies, Christ was born across the sea, with a glory in his bosom that transfigures you and me. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free, while God is marching on.
Well, I thought it played the song. I guess not.
What is it?
I thought it played the song, but I guess not. So he was not a good person, sounds like. I don't know. What do you work tomorrow, babe? See you in the morning. See you in the morning, thank you.
I like this guy.
Sorry. Got my hot mug of lemonade, man.
We can do that all cussing, but
Yeah. Cool. If they're wanting to go in and do the surgery thing for it, I want to put one of these in my arm and pull this out of my chest so I can
infected.
yeah, 'cause this is a bad spot to have it. And if they put it in my arm, I can take showers and shit without having to worry about it.
Thank you, conservative cowboy.
Wrap it better.
January.
I don't know. That's what they call it right now. I forgot.
Tom, you're fine. We all have our thoughts. That's freedom. Excuse me. I already packed all of that. I'm sorry. I didn't think anybody rolled their hair anymore, so I just packed it. West Point and Arlington Cemetery. See, I don't see any of that, so I don't know. Ew, big rats.
Navy vet, I heard they're bigger than chihuahuas over there.
Well, somebody needs to trap them and let them loose. Made the really big rats congregate. Is that terrible?
Chewy oatmeal.
No bake.
Chewy oatmeal.
No bake. Cookies.
I can't have them because it has milk in it. Once y'all get coconut milk, I can't have any kind of milk.
Yeah, every so often I just blurt out, "The South will rise again," and but it's not. I am not meaning it against any of our northern brothers and sisters. Love y'all just the same as everyone, but we have to keep saying no. What they're trying to pull. Oh, I got one for y'all.
Did you buy yourself a new saucer
Damn.
flavor today? Dad,
There you go, Tom. Tom, are you in Alabama? There is an Alabama cowboy here tonight. I'll see if I can get it to you, Carl. West Virginia. Oh, okay. Jim, I feel the same way and have really wished that, but at the same time, I think that we would absolutely, totally be taken over through the border unless the people of Texas were allowed to run the state as it should be. I'll just put it that way. I think the people of each state should be able to run their states as they should be. Too much control and amendments have turned our states different. I'm probably going to get in trouble for some of the things I'm saying, but it's past time of trouble. It's past time of being silent. It's past time of not standing for what we believe.
Yeah, Jim. The only thing about it, every time they say they're going to do something, they run down there and like when they had the National Guard locking gates and blocking ways through, they come through there and move them out of the way and open the gates up. I didn't think anybody had any power over the National Guard on a state border.
Well, and that's when I called the AG, that's what they told me, that because it's a federal issue, they have the power to override anything our state tries to do. And that is totally wrong. And so then that's when the group of sheriffs were trying to gather to do their thing. It's just everything we try to do keeps getting blocked by someone higher up.
Come on.
They need to figure out who that higher up is and get them for treason.
Yeah, want to put on fire?
Yes, because that's what's stopping it. You know, I know plenty of people who would go down there and protect the border. But if it's going to turn into the supposed um, authorities against the civilians, it would not turn out good.
Maybe like,
And
maybe y'all need to hit it.
What?
So maybe y'all need to hit that.
It was. Oh,
here's me.
Green smoke. I'm just comfortable.
And I thought that we set a precedent. Any state that's on a border
I'm just sitting here waiting for you to
controls their border control.
Should be allowed to, yes. And so then he buses them, and then you hear all that, how it's so horrible, taking them to those freezing temperatures. Well, that day that happened, the temperatures were the exact same there and here.
So I haven't watched Black Adam.
But I did see, did you see the tents going up? The huge, gigantic.
The circus tents for the poor criminals that are running across the border.
Yes.
So in another aspect, that means if any of us go out and trespass on somebody's property, they're supposed to give us money and a ride somewhere. That's the example they're setting.
Yep.
Here, we're going with it.
hmm.
Oh wow. I did not know that. Maybe that. So that explains that.
A couple weeks ago, Cindy, I think
I haven't seen Silver Girl in quite a while.
can't remember if I saw her show up at Rescue or if it was Chad.
Feels good in
I
here.
like the way Tom thinks.
It's comfy.
Well,
Let's go here. It's comfy. I'm just focused.
you're just stoned.
Yeah, if they put a few scarecrows at every entranceway, then maybe they'd think twice.
Well, the problem is, in actually during this month of listening to other videos and everything, um,
Your phone dying?
Yeah.
that's one of the things that got me furious was uh, it was something selling us out, whoever paid the most amount of money, which was
Post office this morning.
the big C country over there.
Well,
And
I love
uh,
these people. Oh shit, I didn't know it.
so that's what's happening down at the border is a lot of agencies are being bought and paid for by people not here.
Yep. Letting them illegals in.
Yes.
Open arms. All right, wait until they start taking their jobs. They won't like that very much.
Yeah, like all of them screaming now that they want a mulligan because they didn't know about a lot of this stuff for the past 2 years they forced on people. Like, hell no. You were warned, you were told, you the one that sweared up and down he was right. You had all the stuff in front of you. Hell no. You're just as much a traitor as they are.
Yep.
Yeah, that's like them wanting to take money out of the medical and Medicaid to give frickin' Zelensky. So everybody's Medicaid and Medicare is supposed to be cut because of this asshole. Thanks for putting Biden in there. Yay!
Watch who you say names and stuff like that.
Oh, sorry, Bonnie.
Let's go.
It's all right.
Yeah, the two that made it into office was the fucking shittiest two in the whole row. No, I'm talking about up there when they were having their little fucking democratic bullshit.
They arguing, they calling her a whore and a bitch, they calling him a racist.
Potato and
Yeah, we'll pick them.
Yeah.
And then the stupid asses vote them in, and they're the ones that they bitch try to say everybody else is.
the potato and the scarecrow.
No.
The idiot and the cocksucker. Sorry, Bonnie. I can't stand either one of them. I got worse for him, but I can't say it.
Pedo Joe and the hoe. You know she's got knee prints all over the rooms and all over California in every office.
Probably in the White House now.
No. Pedo Joe. Visited his name.
Hey, Black.
How are you? yeah, what blows me away is you listen to a speech of his from uh, 8, 9 years ago, saying completely the opposite of what is being said now. And it's like,
Yep.
you can't even speak the truth. Probably doesn't even remember what the truth is anymore.
You can
No.
look at him from 5, 6 years ago, and it's not the same person. He got shorter, his head got smaller, his ears dropped down.
Hey, Tin TV, good to see you.
And
Yeah, it's like, damn, all that shit's going.
Thank you for stopping in. Movie night with the hubby. That sounds good.
Damn. I wish I could remember. I don't know. Me and Chuck been watching a lot of old movies, and some of the stuff they have on these old movies, Bonnie, it's happening today, and it's like these people were actually just putting it out there for us to see it.
I don't remember what movie that was.
I know.
It's like they're showing it off.
They brag it.
You see that?
They brag about it, and then everybody's like, "Well, they wouldn't do that. That's just a movie."
Yeah. And then you watch it, and you're thinking, "Oh my god." Damn, I wish I could remember what movie that was we watched. Do you remember, Wyatt? You weren't here. Hmm.
Yeah, the voice is a lot different.
Yeah, maybe I should start smoking and get my memory.
Yep. Her cheeks have polished many a belt buckle.
Oh, this one's driving me nuts now.
Yeah. What conservative cowboys say in there, that's what I have seen is the razor wire, and it's stopping a lot.
Yeah, T girl, them that Vicky said that family don't live very long, do they?
No, they don't. Bob Marley.
Yeah.
I know, he's only 31, his grandson. It's like, good God.
There was a couple of them. I'm sure I would get in really big trouble if I said the names. Uh, Dadgummit.
Kirstie Alley just passed away.
Yeah.
Really? Well, these are like connected to other people.
Okay. Well, just weird how all these people are, all these actresses and actors are just going away. And it's one that we grew up with. It's like, shit, I'm getting old. I remember Chuck's mom and dad saying, once your TV show actors and actresses start dying off, that's when you know you're old.
Well, there was an accident and the whole family was killed. And I can't find it.
I'm actually hot and we ain't even got the heat on.
Oh,
What's happening?
by the name of Lamb.
Watching that damn stove off?
Yes, I did.
Somebody in here? Alright.
Oh, Jim. I'm sorry. I hope you're not in any pain.
So nice outside.
It's 55, it's comfy like.
Shit.
Bless you.
Gosh,
Says sneeze or cough. Bless you.
Sneeze.
That's me quiet, and it about blew my eyes out of my head.
That's all of a sudden my nose is like doing that thing, and here we go. You just horrible. Oh.
Yeah, between that Navy vet and different islands. All the 1% first table are off drinking fruity drinks, sitting back laughing like they're playing Battleship.
Yeah.
Where does this cup come from?
It might be kind of cool to meet up with people with
It's a showtime or something.
different kind of knowledge.
oh,
I don't know how to talk YouTuberish.
that pair of black shorts in there.
Yes, there is lots of good conversation in chat tonight.
Oh, cold, the breezy one.
They look like socks. Into my leg. My legs are dry.
You know, what's sad is a bunch of us took off, started migrating across the border south. They wouldn't even feed us. They just lock us away somewhere.
Yep, they're shoot us.
Yes.
Yeah, they'd probably just shoot us. Kind of the way it's been. Remember all the mass graves that they kept finding?
Yeah.
I think one of them was right outside of El Paso.
Yeah, well, El Paso, San Antonio, and some others down that way are all they are is little Los Angeles.
Little cemeteries. I can't say little cemeteries, they're huge.
No, I'm just talking about being Los Angeles, being
Yeah, I know.
fucking libtard.
And taken over. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, hey, there's another good one from Conservative Cowboy.
Yeah, cowboy, I don't understand that either because taxpayers paid for all that shit. Business ain't part of the government. They use taxpayers' money to buy the shit. It ain't theirs.
Yeah. It was all bought and paid for, the contractors and everything. And then a new person took it all away. And then Texas paid for it all to come back and new person block that again somehow. It's unreal the way it just keeps. There's a there's a I swear there's a goal, a number goal, and won't be happy until it's reached. Hello there, Bruce.
Hey,
How are
glad
you?
you're back in the real world. I'm not. I'm sure you're not, but but anyway, it's so good to have you back on, Bonnie.
Thank you. It's good to be back. I've missed talking to everybody, and
Yeah, I don't have some of the regular places I go bookmarked, so I got to try to rack the gray matter to figure out and check and see who all's on, and it ain't been working out too good. Everything. I'm going to say hi to everybody in the chat. Chuck, good evening, sir. And I've been thinking out of the box the last 3 weeks, and I got a couple things I'd just like to throw out here and get a good laugh, or might be a feasible plan. I don't know, but it sure wakes some people up, and maybe we could get something done if something would happen.
sure. What you got?
Okay, to start with, on what your governor's doing, I like it. Send them up north and stuff, but get some other border states to pick out the bluest states that could influence the feds and step up the game on this moving cargo up north and stuff from the south down there, or have a regular bus line at the gate and let so many through and send them to the bluest states that it would influence DC to maybe pull their head out of their butt and do something right. Common sense and constitutional.
Right.
Keep
Kind
piling
of
them.
thought
I don't
Martha.
like the idea they're still getting in here, but to me personally, the best thing is to send them over there. Yeah, they're across the border, but here, let the ones that want to keep letting them come in here, let them go in their yard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Overwhelm the bluest states till they can't handle it no more, and let them complain to the feds and see what the feds might do about it and everything. Mayorkas and Vice President Czar, ha ha ha, and all the way up through the chain of command, and make a big deal out of it and everything. That way, their states are getting overrun like the ones down south. And you're just alleviating the pain of their state, which you have the authority to do. And until the real blue states like Oregon, Washington, California, Washington, D.C., Illinois, especially the metros in Illinois that are sanctuary, send them all there. If they want to give them sanctuary, let's see how your monetary deal will hold up for the sanctuary part of it without asking help from the feds, which eventually it would happen.
And that's what they've been doing is sending them to the sanctuary cities. Even Martha's Vineyard claims to be a sanctuary, and look how that went.
Yeah,
They had them out of there
back up out of there.
They had them out of there by midnight.
Step up the game, to all of them all at the same time. Have like in El Paso, Juarez, and down there in Texas, like Abbott's been doing, have a coordinated same day, within a day or two time frame of all of them showing up at once, and see how they handle it.
They wouldn't be able to.
I told my boys growing up, there's a difference in having people respect you because they know if they jack with you, you'll kick their ass. But these people need to realize, like I told them boys of mine, when you got everybody hating and fearing you, that's when you got to worry about them the most.
Yeah. Number 2, radical idea. Now, this is radical. It'll never happen, but It's just something that I've just been thinking about on since we got basically a stalemate up there in DC, so-called DC, if it even is being used.
Right.
Is okay, like the Democrats right now have a slim majority on certain things that they can do without the Democrats, you, you know, fighting them off. Let's reverse that. Let's get all the common sense Republicans that know what the right thing is to do and everything and defect to the other party to make a super majority and make the ones in the Democrats go along with it if they want to get something done and things like that, force their issue and everything. Okay, you want it? Okay, here's what we propose and go along with it and make you look good.
All right,
Bad
you're
thing
talking
you're-
2 Republicans, maybe.
Yeah, bad thing too is Senate and Congress. Either one of those, the Republicans stop trying when they get told no. Or Democrats don't stop until they get their way.
Like
Yeah.
that.
The Democrats
Omnibus.
stick together no matter what. If they're lies or no matter what the thing is, they stick together, and Republicans don't.
Yep.
Yeah, on the other hand, also, like you just said, the Democrats don't stop. But the guys have a big majority, like, say, get a bunch of Republicans to defect to Democrat. And if they won't go along with what they want to do, since it's all Democrat and everything over there, unless the numbers, you know, they can override the dissenters in the same party with their numbers, is they can block it easier than being on opposite sides.
Well, and that's what they're trying to do right now with that omnibus bill that we all know is a bunch of BS. But I do have a clip of Chip Roy about that, if y'all want to hear it.
Sure.
Yeah,
He
go
was-
ahead. Anytime, anything, Bonnie, be real fun.
He's pretty pissed off. Let's put it that way. I mean,
As they should be.
I don't think that there's anyone up there from Texas that isn't. And
I don't know. What's his name's pretty shady.
Sheila Jackson. I don't know if she made it or she was on the ticket this year.
She didn't make it. Or did she? I can't remember. I don't think she made it.
oh, there it is. Okay, here we go.
5 minutes, my good friend from the great state of Texas, Chip Roy.
Gentleman from Texas is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank the Speaker. I thank the gentleman from Pennsylvania. And I can't help but be amused that the gentleman from Massachusetts says that we refuse to come to the table. As if the gentlelady who will soon be the chairwoman of appropriations, Ms. Granger, my colleague from Texas, doesn't want to sit at the table with colleagues on either side of the aisle to come to consensus about how to spend taxpayer dollars, or better stated, how to borrow money we don't have. As if that's actually true. What table is the gentleman referring to? What table does he want us to come sit down and negotiate? It's not this table. I don't have the power to offer an amendment on the floor of the House of Representatives, despite being elected by 750,000 Texans. I don't have the ability or the right to be able to stand up for them and have a debate on the floor of this chamber. Everything the American people is watching right now is a complete sham. It's a fraud. A fraud being perpetrated on the American people right before their eyes, right as we head into Christmas. Sitting here on the 23rd of December, with 240, 6 years ago, those boys crossed the Delaware. We were dealing with Valley Forge, or the boys in 1944 sitting in foxholes in Bastogne over Christmas. And we got 18 Republicans who joined with Democrats in the Senate, get on their fancy planes and go home. And we're sitting here trying to do the work of the people. Not spend money we don't have, not drive up more inflation. Not earmarked for $16 billion for pet leftist projects across this country. What you see here on the floor of the House of Representatives should make everybody ashamed. The People's House. Not one amendment has been offered on the floor of this body since May of 2016 in open debate. The gentleman from Massachusetts dares to impugn the character of the Appropriations Chairwoman Kay Granger and those Republicans he says won't sit at the table, when in fact what you see here is a 4,100-page bill cooked up by a handful of people behind closed doors, brought before the Rules Committee with no ability to offer an amendment, no ability to debate, no actual discussion on the People's House floor. And my colleagues on the other side of the aisle know it. And we're spending money we don't have. Go home and sell your projects. Go home and talk about all the pork you're bringing home. But you're destroying the United States of America. Absolutely destroying this body. The American people did not send us here to do that. My colleagues on the other side of the aisle know that. My colleagues on the other side of the aisle know full well that this body is broken, but do not care. $45 billion to Ukraine. Have we had a full debate on Ukraine? Or did we take $45 billion of funding for Ukraine, package it on a $1.7 trillion bill, invite the president of Ukraine to address this body for theatrics heading out for Christmas in order to jam through a big spending Democrat priority bill that the American people resoundingly rejected in November? For 70 years, this body, when we've had a transfer of power in the Senate, we have not done this in a lame duck. Yet that's what my Democrat colleagues are doing. There are consequences to this. You can't go out and talk about inflation and talk about what the American people are feeling right now when they're trying to fill up their tanks with gas. They're trying to have presents for their families. They're trying to pay their bills. And then come here and dump hundreds of billions of dollars into the economy while the Fed's raising interest rates and people can't afford to buy homes and they can't live, and say you're doing the people's work. My colleagues on the other side of the aisle, night before last, were apoplectic that Mike Lee was daring to challenge the idea that we should have a bill that literally prohibits Border Patrol from securing the border. He wanted to try to fix that, try to extend Title 42. My Democrat colleagues rejected it, and I sat here on the floor, and they were more concerned about catching their flights for Christmas, coming to me and saying, we can't be here over Christmas. Well, why the hell not? The American people deserve us to be here over Christmas, actually fighting for them, instead of trying to catch planes while half this body are going to vote by proxy. Half this body's not even going to be here. And they're lying. They're lying on forms saying that they're voting by proxy for COVID. And it's a lie. And half this body's going to do it. You know it. And it's destroying this country. I'm not going to just sit here and roll over on this. This is going to continue. The American people are going to know precisely what's happening to them by the People's House. I yield back.
Go Chip.
He's going to be whitewashed.
Woohoo!
And that's from Forbes.
He's going to get whitewashed.
That's like last night, Monday night, I was sitting in the parking lot and looking at the gas station, right? Price of gas, $2.42 a gallon. I was sitting in the parking lot looking at
sorry.
And then last night I was sitting out at lunch, and how can you jump from $2.42 to $2.79 a gallon?
I have been seeing that across the board, and people from other states saying the same thing. It's jumping up
Ridiculous.
20 cents a gallon or more.
Yeah.
Boy. Yep. It's the holidays.
I feel like a fool because I'm letting them get away with it.
And go ahead.
And so he's up there. I mean, he's pretty much saying it like it is and laying it out there. And he's not going to just roll over. So there's one
How
doing the
many
battle.
how many more can he get to go along with his way of thinking? That would be
Exactly. And I know that, uh, oh, who's the other one up there? Dadgummit. I mean, I
Jordan,
know,
Holly.
yeah, well, I was thinking from Texas, but yeah, but
Oh,
Jordan is a good one too. Jordan,
Josh Hawley from Missouri.
yep.
Jordan's from Ohio, ain't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's my home state.
He's always cranking in their ass too.
Yeah, he is.
Yes. There's some good ones up there, but if they can just get the rest of them to not cave.
Yeah, get Bobart and Marjorie Taylor Greene and a bunch of them with the same wavelength of thinking,
Yes.
but they'd probably just. My guess is everybody's got something on somebody up there. They've got something that'll make them shut up. That way, one guy looks like a Lone Ranger and nothing's going to happen.
That's when all of them get into office. They start off as those interns and stuff, and they learn everybody does favors for this one and that one, and this one needs help getting a house, or this one wants to get a car. They owe each other so much, and everybody's got so much dirt on each other that's ridiculous. It's dirty, and it's.
Yep, very dirty.
You'd think, though, even that you'd like, okay, I draw the line at this being a traitor bullshit. Yeah, you want to give me this or that, go ahead, but I'm going to have you buried.
Yeah. And they were just furious. Furious. I've heard all of them, all the Republicans up there, that they were given this 4,000 page bill at 2 a.m. Isn't that funny how they always kind of do that?
Yeah, and they got to vote on it 2 or 3 hours later, and you couldn't read 10 pages of it.
Right. They did not give them enough time to be able to read it. And this thing has been postponed numerous times. I think it started in September is when they started trying to push this and kept delaying it. Same thing with the Title 42 thing.
I'm sorry, I'm at war. I can't do that war. I'm not going to read that.
You guys are kind of muffled there, Vicky, and
yeah, the mic's way off. Let me see. Ugh.
AOC voted against it. Wow.
the thing that gets me, we got a legislature full of lawyers up there and everything, and they can come up with this stuff for their own good and everything, and all of that. How in the heck do they write a 4,000 page bill in a real short time frame? That's what I'd like to know, and put everything in if they want, or if it's just a checklist that's already been made and it's cut, copy, and paste when they make it.
When you take 200 people and give them each a subject, and they dump it all together.
Yeah.
And then a lot of them say, too, the stuff they put in there, just normal reading, and ain't twisted and made manipulated that normal people could read it and make sense of it. But this stuff is so jacked up, if you don't go over and over and over it, that you'll misinterpret the shit. They're playing word games, and
they're wanting to raise the deficit.
Yeah, they want to get another roll and rip off, get money going, money grab.
Yeah, that's going to be another fight whenever it's due, is the debt ceiling. There's going to be a big fight on that, too.
Yep.
A bunch of guilt trips out there on it and everything, so.
We have got the greediest damn government.
they pushed all this stuff so hard and it caused so many businesses to go away. I think they ought to say, okay, well, since you guys are all for this and all these people losing their asses, how about do it? We're going to vote this in and you guys don't get it paid for a year. We're going to use that money for elsewhere. You need to feel what they feel.
Yeah.
Since you represent each state, you get to feel the blow that everybody else in your state feels.
Yep. But we know how that'll work.
Government.
Do them like they do at Walmart when they want to raise. They give them a food stamp application.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
90% of the people that work at Wally World can get on food stamps. That's stupid.
And so the ones that can, though, I have friends that live in income-based housing. And so Social Security is giving this raise in January. So what that's going to do to them, if they get food stamps, it will lower the amount of food stamps they get because they're getting more money.
Yep.
It's going to raise their rent because they're getting more money. So they're actually going to be losing 3 times as much as the raise is for that Social Security.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It's
Security's supposed to have its own money there because it's been put back for years for each person.
Yes.
I know they've dug in it and stuck their hands in it and all that kind of stuff. But that right there, when they put their hands in it, is the same thing as a bank manager going in there and grabbing them a handful of money out of the bank vault. They have no business touching it because it was voluntary and it's supposed to be a retirement fund for people. And
that's like my medical on my paycheck was like $40-something a month. It went up to almost 90.
Yes.
Every 2 weeks it was 40-something. Now it's up to 90. So
Yes.
from paying $80 a month to 180, they added $100 more onto that shit.
Yes, and their Medicare payment goes up also.
This is why they're trying to stick their hands in all that fucking Medicaid money because it's double.
yeah, they might give me say $20 more a month, but I bet you it's going to cost you in the long run $100 more a month and all the other shit they raise because of it.
Yeah.
Wanting to raise the damn minimum wage again.
And that's why they dread seeing a raise in the Social Security because it affects every other thing in their lives. And it's just.
That's like when everybody was voting for I told them, you guys just don't know what you're stepping into.
Don't move your head too much and talk louder. They can't hear us.
I told them, like, you guys, your rent, everything's going to go up. Oh, no, it's not. Whatever.
That's why every time cost of living goes up, it should be reflected into the minimum wage stuff. Because otherwise, later when they want to raise minimum wage, no, we can't do that. That costs us too much. I'm like, well, it should have happened when this happened. It all should balance itself out. If it can reverse balance itself because they gave a raise that everything should go up, then when everything goes up, then there should be a raise that happens then instantaneously.
Yeah, every month they figure the wages or whatever on how much it went up the month before and compensate something. They might not want to do the whole thing, but something's better than nothing and keep going into the hole.
Yeah.
Look how long it was $3.35.
Yep.
What?
He's in mute that for a minute.
In the middle.
Whoops. Did you know you muted, Chuck? Yeah, they just, and They always seem to go after the elderly, disabled, and the people that are just struggling already. When you see these elderly people in the store buying cat food, you know they don't have any cats.
Yeah.
It's
Did you get your Medicare figured out, Bonnie?
yes, I did. Thank you very much.
Cool.
I just left mine the way it was because there wasn't no better nowhere to go anyway.
Hey, Travis.
Yeah, trying to get Wyatt on it is an act of God,
Yeah,
especially in Texas. Oh, these people suck over here with that stuff.
it is easier to get Medicaid for mental disability than medical. And I don't know why that is, but it's always been that way. I had a friend that worked for Social Security, and she was in the department where they make the decisions. And she said at times there would be people in the operating room laying there waiting for the Social Security to approve Medicaid. And I
Oh,
don't know why those go together, but
Yeah, they said that Mexico, they had a new Olympic team, but then they had issues. They said everybody could run, jump, and swim goods already in America.
Yep.
that's like when y'all were talking about food stamps. My coworkers, you know how they get them? They don't get married. Then they have kids. The old lady gets on the food stamps. They both work jobs, full-time jobs, and they're getting the maximum in food stamps. They got
There's
some food stamp fraud going on. They,
I remember some of them that were working at GM over here that were like that, and they making them GM wages and saying they're not together, living together, have kids.
you get about 600 a month.
Well, they were making $100,000 a year over wages just off of the system, the perks that they got.
Mm-hmm.
yep, let them pull child support out of their checks, and it's going right back to them anyway because they're not even separated.
Here's something made me mad when my wife that passed away 5 years ago, when we got together, she was on SSI, the welfare side of Social Security, for like 5-6 years or more before we got together.
Mm-hmm.
And I was working and things like that, which she got to keep her SSI, no problem or anything. So we decided to get married. So we hitch it and go to the Social Security office. She's still got her Social Security card with a different name on it than the married name that she had now. And according to them, we couldn't prove because she was born on a military base, and we had to get the social or the birth certificates and stuff. We got that straightened out. But what I was making was too much for her to keep her SSI. And that
Mm-hmm.
totally pissed me off because she was on it before we knew each other.
Yep.
And things. Why penalize her since she was already in the system before she met me? Now, I understand the rules say if we were married and she became unemployable and things like that while we were married, yeah, I agree with the rule. You know, we try to get by with what we've got. And another thing, too, my understanding is I'm on SSDI, the disability side of it. And I know 2 or 3 gals that are just on SSI. And what I get for SSDI would be too much for them to keep their SSI if we got married. Now, does that make you mad or what right there? It does me.
That's
what makes me
stupid.
mad is they want you to be a 2-income home, but they're gonna take one of y'all's away. That is bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially
that's
since
what
we
I'm
can.
saying. Is the person like me on the disability side of it? See, I could marry another gal that's on disability, and that don't affect it at all. They've got theirs, they've got mine. You know, the disability is a different program than the SSI is like welfare. If you've got $2,000 or more in assets on SSI, you lose it. If you if your spouse or you make more than what the allotment is, you lose your SSI. But it's just the deal. Two people cannot get together and get married or whatever and keep their benefits, which it's hard to get them anyway. And once you lose it, it's almost never you're going to get them back if something don't work out or something different happens and all of this stuff, which is a bunch of crap. But the thing is, when they're on it before you even get together with them, and they pull it just because we got married,
If they went after everybody that was using these food stamps like they are legally, you know how much money these people would have to pay back and how much money would be put back into Medicare and stuff?
Yeah.
It'd be a lot of money.
So I was told here a while back, if my wife come home or something, since she would be eligible for SSI, which she couldn't have got it with my income level, for her to get it, we'd have to divorce and things, but we could still live under the same roof. But we'd have to be divorced and not be legally combined for her to get what she deserves, which is crazy.
That is some crap right there.
Yeah. And that's going against God's commandments and stuff, that you got to create sin to be able to collect, which is not in my eyes.
Money is the root of all evil.
Yep.
Yep.
And disability and retirement, Social Security, both of them is based off your earnings. It's supposed to be your money you put back.
Yeah. It's 40 credits or work credits, which you get one work credit per quarter each year and everything. And if you don't have 40 credits, work credits, where they can go back into it, my wife, when she got hurt, missed it by less than a year because she wasn't working when we got married and she had no reason to work. We made it in the old-fashioned way. But when she got hurt, she could not get SSI because she didn't have enough work credits in her life or in the time frame that we needed to get her assistance. And I was pissed about that deal. She's worse off than what I was. She was paralyzed from the chest down, and I had just physical problems, you know, where I could still function and drive and do this, kind of lead a halfway normal life with limitations. And I qualified for disability, but with her being paralyzed from the chest down, she wasn't even qualified for disability. She couldn't get either one of them.
Oh my God. What state do you live in?
That's horrible.
Kansas.
Oh, good Lord.
This is still on the federal side, so it applied across the board in the United States for
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
They tell me some states, though, they judge them different and they can manipulate the numbers or what you're supposed to get. Or
But I tried everything under the sun to try to get her anything and everything. I even went back through her work history myself because they told me how to figure it for the deal, and the best I could come up with was 6 months to a year that she didn't have, you know, on her work record because she didn't work. She didn't have enough quarters to qualify.
And what gets me on that, too, they should count overtime as extra time added to it.
It's just physical time. You know, just every 3 months makes a quarter. You got to have 40 of those.
Yep.
40 quarters to be qualified for disability. And if you ain't
That's like
got it, you don't qualify. Even if you're one credit short, they won't give it to you.
That's like you know how Walmart started giving their employees Christmas and Thanksgiving off and stuff.
Yeah.
Employees have to pay for that themselves out of their PTO time.
That comes out of your vacation time.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's not paid vacation. That's our paid holiday. We got to pay for it ourselves.
That's like you going in Christmas Day. When you went in at 10, you should have 2 hours of holiday pay overtime in that.
Exactly.
And if
No,
people
they
went in,
pay
if they opened at 6, then there should have been people that got it from
I'm like,
mid.
if I got to pay myself, just let me fucking come to work.
Yeah.
Hey, Ann. Good to see you.
So you went to work and they gave you the holiday pay, but not
No,
paying,
we didn't get no holiday pay. I worked graveyard shift.
right?
I had to be in Sunday night at 10. That's 2 hours of holiday pay I should have got, but I don't get that.
No, that ain't right.
That's regular pay.
They took away the Christmas bonus, and now they give them 15% off of what you buy. At
We used
Walmart.
to have a my share and all that. We don't get none of that anymore, but our upper management, they still get it, and they're fixing to boost it. But yet they're not doing any of the work so they can get this. We are.
And then they don't. The upper management lets their pets not do anything, and the ones that actually work, they try to grind their bones into dust.
Yeah, like wanting them to stock like 3 or 4 areas at a in a night.
Then
One person.
Then you have groups of them over there that don't put up a buggy's worth of stuff.
And then they wonder why the employees go wacko in the break room.
Exactly. And I can see why that guy did that. If it's anything like our Walmart, I can actually see why he did that.
What it is, all y'all that do actually work need to get together and talk and take a week of your PTO time all together at once.
Now, I'll tell you what, right now, we got lucky. We got really awesome overnight management. But before we got these guys, our other management sucked so bad.
Why did they change managements to start with?
They always, every 3 to 4 months, we're getting new management.
Are they promoting the older or the guys there, or
Nope.
bringing new ones, or why are they changing management?
Different stores.
They cycle them around.
Yeah, they that's like I was at one store. In 1 year, we went through 4 store managers because everybody kept screaming either sexist or racist.
Wasn't everybody, it was a certain sect.
Yeah, certain people. And then we had to have HR come from Arkansas to our store. It was ridiculous. That store was just ridiculous.
Anything to cause a problem or issues or
No, what it is,
draw attention or something. It's
when your store manager makes you work is what they don't like.
Oh,
You get off your butt and work. They don't like that.
so they're playing the race card like a slave card.
Yeah. And they call you a racist if you say everybody should be treated equally. That's racist.
That's like my store manager, Dana. She's a white lady, but she was married to a black man.
Yeah.
The girls, this store we all went to, because ours closed down and we had to go to another store. When we all went with her, when she went, they were trying to scream she was racist. And she's like, don't say anything about who I'm married to. Because I guess she had gotten called on a lot for being racist. So one day, she had her husband and her husband's kids come up to the store. And they were calling her mom and everything. And you should have seen the look on these people's faces. Oh, it was priceless.
Oh, I imagine.
And then we're all like, now scream racist. Go ahead.
They're gonna just say Uncle Tom.
Yep.
Is the Brunsons, isn't that the Brunson brothers that are filing that lawsuit and
Yeah.
that conservative cowboys putting up 50,000 letters already received at Supreme Court and copies sent to the Brunsons?
For what?
That's good news. They are, oh, I know I'm going to get it wrong. They are suing, aren't they suing the government? That they're trying to dismantle, I think is
I know
It's
what
in
you're talking about.
It's in Utah is where it's at. I don't know that much about it, but LWN had Loy Brunson on there here a week and a half ago on his.
yeah, I heard about that.
What are they suing them for?
I don't
Who's suing
remember,
who?
but there's a bunch of shit going on.
22,380.
Who's suing who and what for?
Well, there's a link from Conservative Cowboy that probably explains a lot more than I can. But I know it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Bunch of stuff they're going after Fed stuff, and it's got a lot to do with people not doing their jobs.
Oh, they need to come in my store then. Damn it.
No, this is government. They're suing the government.
Oh, well, damn.
They're just going back to what we were talking about earlier. Not enough people, normal Joes, have been affected yet. The reason there ain't an uproar and too many people are still asleep is what it is. All of that until it starts affecting people every day, not just a few hours or in passing.
Well,
This is going to drag out forever. I hate to say it that way, but that's what's going to happen.
I don't know. I mean, even my bluest friend that I have ever had, she is changing the way she speaks, and she's really mad about paying $10 a dozen eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, no joke.
You know, the meat, $10 a pound for whatever you're getting.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying until it starts affecting them like that.
Yeah.
On certain things, that's when the light's going to go up, and like then they're going to look at somebody like you or me. How long has this been going on? Do you really need to ask me that? Think about it, look back, and see when it started and why.
That lawsuit's about the case which calls for the removal of 94 U.S. senators, Joe Biden and Kamala, and many others in government for failing to protect United States elections from enemies, foreign and domestic.
Yes. Told you it was a really good thing.
Yeah, I think all of the legislature, the top level government, I've seen some about that. There was like 300, almost 400.
Yeah, 388 office holders in the United States government. Treason is charged.
Yep.
Should just about do it. The case has been accepted by the Supreme Court, and
Stay tuned. Shit. Raise your hands. How many think anything's gonna happen with it?
I'm this is sounding pretty positive.
I hope so.
I think I saw where Camo said it's supposed to go.
Yeah, SCOTUS will not do the case till January 3rd.
January 6th. Oh, the 3rd.
They might have changed the date. That was from December 1st. So,
You know, they gotta get their holiday in first, or even thinking about the people.
Well,
I think if we gotta work on them days, you gotta work.
and it's even if Okay. We got to put a positive light on this, no matter which way it goes.
Come on,
Even
Bonnie, make us
if it doesn't do what it should do, which, God, please let it.
right.
It,
Please
it
let somebody do their damn job.
yes, it's still showing that people have had it. It's showing that the people are trying to take the power back. It's devil dog. What do you mean no?
We need to get a prayer session going for this, Bonnie.
Cowboy, I've heard that Grassley and Paul both have done some dirty shit. Now they're standing out trying to help out and do all kind of stuff to cover their ass.
Also, what I've heard too, it's still hush, 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 but forget some of the programs. Well, of course, I watch a lot of stuff. That the deal about last year that it's already, or no, yeah, 4 years or 2 years ago, that people on the Supreme Bench up there have already heard complaints about what took place, the reason all this uproar started and everything, and they're going to make it public one of these days. When that's going to be, I don't know, but I've heard it's already been dealt with and decided, but it ain't public knowledge is what I've heard. Whether how true it is or not, I have no idea, but we'll see.
Case will be heard in conference January 6th. Funny how they picked that day, huh?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I don't care what side they're on, like, as far as like Rand Paul and the rest of them, Grassley. If they done dirty shit, they're bad.
Get them out of there.
Go.
Should
Yeah.
be no better or no worse than whichever side anybody's on. If you're a traitor, you're a traitor.
Yes.
I thought Pelosi was going to retire. What happened to that?
She's scooting out. She's supposed to be out, but that's probably January.
When she leaves, you know they're all going to follow.
Shut the fuck up. You already ain't.
We can hope.
But how much silent influence are they still going to have till they meet their maker, though? That's the question.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
Because you know that one dumb one with the big old teeth are going to be running to them.
Yep.
Well, and just look how many people in the community here that we know feel the same way. And if we can get that many voices, letters, whatever we need to do
Heard
to
without any consequences towards us.
right, but to back up
Excuse me.
the what this case is trying to do.
Like Potato Head said, what did he say a while back about having nukes? I can't believe that piece of shit said that.
Yeah, Carl, the term public knowledge is an oxymoron. No more of an oxymoron than federal intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay,
And intelligence, it's both oxymorons.
voting one.
Is that the Granny Smith apples?
That's because Black Watch is on there.
I didn't know if it was a bag of mixed them. No,
It is. Yeah, I got no pipe.
I couldn't go.
B-Dog, you're confusing me.
I was trying.
Oh, Blackwatch is using his normal name, and D-Dog said voting one. You know how they do one and all that for Blackwatch.
Oh, okay. I don't know. And then there's that. What was the other one that's going on? Oh, Arizona, Kerry Lake.
Yeah, they're digging into that too. I just wish something would actually come to a head and really happen.
Yes.
I think it's all choreographed and orchestrated. Is what I think it is, to keep the distractions going and the influence here, there, and yonder,
Yeah.
trying to keep us thoroughly off track. If
Yeah,
we ever
every time.
get zoomed in on one situation and get a bunch of people to pull the trigger and put some pressure on them, instead of having several things going on at once, you know, that
Yeah.
would help. I have no idea. I'm just thinking out loud right now, guys.
Hey, Patrick Kelly. Good to see you. Well, you have fun too, B-Dog. Thanks for the help. Hey, Nose Picking. How are you?
Pretty good.
Hello there.
Got a couple of links for you.
Oh, good. Like good links.
Happy holidays, everybody. The first one, I had a VHS tape from back in the 1990s. It was a motorcycle rally. I think it was in Florida or something. But on the end of the VHS tape, there was this song called My Hog by Bro. And it's Mike Mittenberg now. But I thought you would appreciate the song because nobody really caught onto that one. And the second link is the Brunsons' website. So if there's something new, they'll put it up there.
Well, thank you.
I put it in StreamYard for you.
In the private chat. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not going to stick around too long. I'm extremely tired, but I wanted to get you those. So you have a good night, everybody.
Take it easy.
God bless you, and happy holidays to you too. Thank you, Nose Picking. Y'all grabbing those?
Yeah, did they get them out there?
I think they sent them to Bonnie in a message.
I don't know if Nose can drop them yet.
Oops. Yeah, I put them in private.
Hey, Travis.
Travis, we gotta stay positive.
Merry Mother St. Patrick's Day to everybody.
Amen, Tennessee Red Runner. Thank you, Patrick.
They're waiting to see his number whether they go up or down on Friday. He's still going to
Check.
3
You
times.
went in the tunnel.
Huh?
You went in the tunnel.
They say he's still going to dialysis 3 times a week to try to get his numbers figured. They're working on trying to see if he can get his kidney functionality right, where he don't have to be on dialysis.
Yes.
How much is his kidneys working, Chuck?
Do you even know
what percentage?
He's not sure because it was the first place he was in. They did some of it, and it was the same business, but one was for the Koofy because he had a fever and went in the first day, so they sent him over there to a completely different building. So now that he's back at the other place, they're having to redo everything again.
Okay.
Which to me sounds like bullshit. Sounds like the right hand don't know what the left hand's doing, but
yeah, that shouldn't have any bearing on it. Whatever his kidneys are doing. I've got chronic kidney disease too. It's getting better, and last I had mine looked at, I think it was 40%, something like that, on my functionality is what mine was doing. And when I first found out about my kidneys on what they were doing, I was 1 or 2 points away from dialysis. And that's been over 3 years.
Did you do anything that helped bring it up other than watching your diet? They say certain foods and superfoods and different things you can do. Like one of the things I was reading about that they use baking soda, honey, and lemon together, and you make like a tonic with water with it and drink that once a day.
Okay.
That's where I heard that. I was telling my mom about that. Baking soda, honey, and vinegar. Lemon.
It helps purge toxins, but you got to watch all your phosphates, your potassiums, your dairy, your all that stuff. It builds up in your blood and it makes your kidneys overwork, and they don't get time to rest or heal. And it's one of the things that's supposed to help purify you, however I can't get the word I want to say, but.
Yep.
Well, we read a few places where people talk about water fasting every few days, nothing but water that day.
That's a good answer, Ridge Runner. Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing. We see what's happening to our country, and it's like, how much longer can it last? Good night, nose picking. But then at the same time, it's patience. We have to have some, but
as soon as you said that word, I thought of Guns N' Roses. Just a little patience.
There you go, Camo.
It ain't that wintergreen, is it?
But I really hate to wait until those are there, and then
You don't want one blank.
turns into so immense. Good to see you.
Oh, hell.
Yeah, Black Watch, I know. I'm just saying the
How do
song.
you open this shit?
Tear it from the top.
I'm trying.
Yeah, now you look at him, he looks like he's fresh out of the methadone clinic.
Uh-uh.
Oh,
Axl Rose.
Yeah, I know, but I still like Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, I do too.
And Vince Neil from Molly Crew the same way.
let me go mix that spaghetti
Yep.
up.
Went from Kickstart My Heart to Kickstart the Buffet.
I'm burning up.
Do you want me to?
What?
Go put the spaghetti up.
Yeah,
Mix
mix it and put it. Yeah.
What do you want me to do with that big ass thing, or big ass bowl?
No, don't do it because I'm putting it in a Tupperware bowl. I'm sick of y'all putting pans in my refrigerator.
The only one big enough for that would probably be the one that's in there with the lid.
Ooh.
It's got the ham in it.
Oh.
Conservative cowboy, that's good. Yep.
Here, I'll go fucking mix it in a pan and then put it in a Tupperware bowl.
Married a brother.
Or do I got to?
I'll do it.
I just thought of something we have done to us. We want to, like, concealed carry and things like that. And what Conservative just put up, how come he didn't have it done as a background check on these guys that are running for office instead of anybody throw their hat in, then we find out about all their misgivings after the fact. Like we got to go through all this before we could even be considered for anything. But that's little
Exactly.
Jack there too.
Like, bummers shouldn't have even been considered.
Nope.
And
Yep.
it's been going on a long time.
Hell, he got rushed through a lot of things. He was a decoy to start with.
Yep.
They said he couldn't manage a taco truck. He's good at running his mouth for the inner city people. That's about it.
As he probably spoke their language, can really lay on the BS when it needed to be.
I wouldn't say the whole world doesn't reverence God. But we allowed him to be removed from too many things.
Yeah, that's our own doings there. I hate to say it, but until it like slaps us in the face, it's, oh, well, it's just something that ain't affected me yet and everything. And then when it does, it's got too much of a foothold to try to reverse them.
Yeah. Well, and that's a lot of it is what we allowed.
Yeah.
Maybe not knowingly putting too much trust in the government. I don't know, but just what I've learned the past 3 years, I'm like, I should have been paying more attention.
Well, a lot of it is, and there's still, I'd say, 80% of the people out there have been convinced where we got all of our rights, and I'll call part of it privileges, but there is a difference, but our God-given rights for our life that most people think they were granted by a governing entity.
No.
And what people don't understand, an entity or people, person, institution, whatever, cannot give what they don't have or own and things like that.
That's like saying they give us the right to breathe.
Yeah.
Yep.
But a lot of people think that's it, that the government is gave us the ability to do all of this with their say so, and they can shut it off with their say so. And people just don't understand that you can't give something to somebody that you don't have.
And that was the goal, though.
Yeah.
To
But people just don't understand that, and they've been conditioned for who knows how long, probably ever since we founded the country or before, because a lot of the old school, old English traditions followed these people over here, and slowly was implemented and carried down through the generations and stuff. And that's how, and a lot of people don't know any different unless they start really checking into it and studying this, studying that, and learn the
civics.
scriptures and the word of God on how he operates. And that's what we're supposed to be operating by. But if you do the pros and cons, there's going to be a lot more cons than pros of what we're living.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good night, Ann.
Hello, Deb.
Night, Ann.
Oxygen tax. Holy cow.
Yeah, and all taxes were voluntary when they were brought in.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's when. What's going to happen if you say no? Cut off your oxygen? Really?
They wish they had that power.
I know.
Sort of do. If you don't have a pulse, you don't need it.
Mm.
Yeah, voluntold, basically, or else.
Yes.
I had a conversation a few years ago with somebody that made a couple $1 million a year off his construction company. And he said it was unfair for me to pay 20% of my income versus his 20%. If my taxes were $15,000 a year, he said he should only have to pay the same. I said it's not based on the person; it's based on what you bring to the table.
Yeah.
I said the money I make, $500 a month, doesn't mean any less to you than $5,000 a month.
Yep. Absolutely, Travis. We need to stick together. Hello, all for his kingdom. And whose name did I just see that I hadn't seen before? Lone Wolf. Good to see you. I might have seen it. It's been a while.
Zelensky, I guess, is trying to get into the good graces of WEF now so he can get more money and stuff. But what I think happened with Zelensky, the New World Order has called in his loans that he's gotten over there, and he's trying anything and everything to get capital to get these guys off his back.
That would make sense.
Or more ways just to manipulate the piggy bank.
Yeah. But I think it's coming from higher up. The New World Order's not getting what they agreed to, and they've called in his loan, and like they did in the stock market, and one way or the other, you're either going to pay it or you're going to lose your country and all of that. And he's trying anything and everything and throwing up a bunch of BS and hoping something sticks where it comes through for him and all of that. And our guys, too, over here that's laundering the money through him over there, too. So it's, I don't think it's all him. I think it has to do with over here, too, the way things are. They're trying to get in our pockets as much as they do and bail him out and keep everything like it has been for probably over 100 years or whatever to try to stay out of trouble is what I think is probably going on. I'm just thinking out loud again, out of the box. I have my moments.
You're good. First paragraph, Carl. Hey, I'm going to try reading this. The Crisis by Thomas Paine, December 23rd, 1776. These are the times that try men's souls. The summer soldier and the sunshine patriot will, in this crisis, shrink from the service of their country. But he that stands by it now deserves the love and thanks of man and woman. Tyranny, like hell, is not easily conquered, yet we have this consolation with us, that the harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. What we obtain too cheap, we esteem too lightly. It is dearness only that gives us everything, its value. Heaven knows how to put a proper price upon its goods, and it would be strange indeed if so celestial an article as freedom should not be highly rated. Britain, with an army to enforce her tyranny, has declared that she has a right not only to tax, but to bind us in all cases whatsoever. And if being bound in that manner is not slavery, then is there not such a thing as slavery upon earth? Even the expression is impious, for so unlimited a power can belong only to God.
Yep.
And there's more. If anybody wants that, I will share the link.
Offer's Kingdom, watch out. That sounds kind of like tapeworm.
Probably what I have is why I lost 6 pounds.
I don't know how hard it'd be for us if we smoked to get tapeworms because nicotine's supposed to kill them.
Oh, really?
They say give animals a pinch of tobacco because the nicotine will kill the worms, but that may be ingested versus breathed. But
Yeah. There's the link to that I had started reading. Any of y'all want it? Thank you, Carl.
They're a pot, so it wouldn't be so hard to get out.
Bless you.
Bush.
Thank you.
Hmm. I hadn't heard of that act yet. Huh.
Where they're letting all of them out of jail for certain things, or there wouldn't be any kind of bail for it.
Oh.
All this stupid ass shit. Let the criminals run free if it ain't straight murder.
All the predators are getting released too, and all of that out here.
Basically, what they're doing is pushing people, the common man, to start handling stuff themselves. And then they see we got a lot of turmoil and problems out there with people with guns. They're shooting these poor innocent people we let out of jail.
Yeah.
Well, I know it kind of sounds barbaric, but there's a country that has just started, excuse me, allowing executions. And the way they do it is if hey, Brew, good to see you, is like this man had killed his son, and they allowed the father to do the execution. Thought that was pretty whoa.
Him being executed, letting him live might be worse than killing him.
If the country wasn't set up like us, where we are paying for that to happen, for them to be fed and all their medical and dental and anything they
Too
possibly.
much. It's like college, and it teaches the criminals how to really do the good ones, good crimes. They learn more.
Yeah.
And it's a status symbol for a lot of them. I think once they find them, this that they're never ever going to get out. Is like, why is everybody got to pay for this? It should be an eye for an eye kind of thing. It's like, let the electric bill go up
for a split second.
Need to do like they did in the old days or whatever. Say, for instance, Escape from New York, but movie, but use southwestern United States out in the desert, Death Valley as an example. Secure perimeter around there and have a supply drop once a week, twice a week, and all of that. And then it's every man for themselves. And like the old saying is, the strongest and fittest prevails, and all of that. That would solve a lot of problems if they knew they were going there. I know if it was me, I'd have a change of attitude real quick and everything, but that would save a bunch of money there. Just airdrop what they need. Then I'm sure there's a few, varmints out there they could harvest, like the caveman used to do and everything else like that to survive with. But that would be a wake up call there too. But according to everybody, NAACP and ACLU and all that. That's too
Inhuman.
to do it.
Yep. And I kind of have I mean, I know what the consequences are for treason and um, murder and a lot of that in some places. And so I battle with that.
Yeah.
Prison system's just a racket. They're not even ran by us.
Yeah.
It's separate entities that aren't nothing to do with the United States.
Well, indeed, that's what I was thinking. That sounded just like the Hunger Games.
They're in prison justice. A lot of these men that are in there for no reasons or never going to get out for stupid reasons or what have you, and then you send these pedophiles and child murderers and rapists and all that in, and they handle it themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I also was talking to somebody one time about how to shut down the gang problem and all of that. This is when we were mostly in a live conflict over in the Middle East. These little suckers want to fight and all of this and everything. They want to be in that world. Put them in the military and send them on the front lines, and we'll see how they react with bullets flying past their head or whatever, and everything for scared straight rehab.
Yep. And I have something else to say about that, but if y'all don't mind, I'm going to do a prayer real quick.
Go ahead, Bonnie.
Yeah, I was fixing to ask you about that.
Heavenly Father, we lift up Scott to you and ask you to please heal him. Let the medications, the doctors, the nurses, whatever they've been doing for treatment for him, please let it work so that he doesn't get worse. Please give all of his kingdom comfort in knowing that you are there and you've got this. And let his animal be happy. I think it was a cat. And healthy and not get sick also. Father, I ask you to just lift up everybody. Give everybody a sense of peace and calm at this time when we're under all these pressures and demands that you know are not good for the people. Just ask you to look after everyone and keep everyone safe and in your arms. In Jesus' name I ask this, amen.
Amen.
Yeah, Blackwatch, I wasn't mean and relying on it. It's just saying sometimes it happens. Vengeance and justice, either way, when they do it, I've got no problem with it. I think way it ought to be, all these people that commit all these different things, when you take away somebody else's rights, you should have yours stripped from you permanently. Especially
like that show we watched earlier today with that 12-year-old boy getting shot because he's wearing a blue jacket.
Yep.
Illegal immigrants get a free smartphone in their welcome package. What were we talking about before I prayed? And I still want to say something about that.
Yeah,
I
said
can't remember.
gang members, if they want to fight, send them to the front lines in military battle.
I know it's sad to say, just because you can forgive them for what they do doesn't mean they should go around and still have semi freedom.
Right. But, well, remember the were they called chain gangs? And
Yeah.
it was they were actually chained together, and they were out doing the work. And to me, that's more was more of a punishment.
Than air conditioned TV in a weight room.
Yes, and a whole library of anything you want to learn.
Yeah, like at Arizona sheriff, 10 cities, he'd take his guys out. He wasn't no air conditioning. Wasn't no TV.
Pink jumpsuit.
Yep. They didn't get special meals. They got sandwiches that were made and brought out there for them. And there wasn't no commissary.
Yeah, they all ruled that as him humiliating humanity and everything. They don't stop to realize, well, what did these guys do to get in there? They humiliated humanity when they were out.
When you relinquish somebody else's rights, you should learn what it's like.
Bingo. A lot of people think they know what it's like with so-called penal laws and all of this out here in the real world, but they have no idea what it could be.
Love you all for his kingdom.
Yeah, Willie brings a whole new meaning to getting hammered, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do anything, but I was fixing to bring it up. Bonnie did.
What's the name, Ridge Runner?
Arpaio. Joe Arpaio.
Yep.
In Arizona.
What'd he do?
He's the sheriff out there that did.
Oh.
Big jump.
He's in his 80s right now and everything. But he was 60s, 70s, 80s when he was sheriff or anything. He was old school through and through. Then they ruled against him that it was inhumane on what he was doing. And he was had charges brought up on him from the feds and everything, and Mr. T pardoned him.
Yeah, that's another of them sticking their nose in state business. The sheriff did it. They shouldn't have any say, because all these federal things are supposed to be controlled by the states.
Our beer sucks. You go to Taco Bell, he sticks his nose up in the air.
Well, that's because we're at the crooked fucking county.
I want to turn a hose on so they'll drown.
Yeah, there's crooked everywhere. I mean, it's always been that way.
Yeah, some of the cops here are cool, some are real jerks.
Selective enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one that pulled me over when I was going to work. I think he felt bad for me because I worked at Walmart. Walmart has you don't work at the door. I'll let you go so you don't be late. All because of the old true stop sign.
Yeah, and then you get one, you stop at a stop sign, and he rams into the car when it's brand new, and the city cops here show up and let him go without a ticket, and he can hit you from behind.
Yep. He didn't think I was going to stop for the stop sign. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Basically told that to the cops, them sitting out there.
Yeah.
Tried to say it was her fault because she stopped for the stop sign. Nobody stops for that.
Yeah. And then he made us write our own report.
Goodness. Well, thankfully, when my granddaughter had hers, the lady instantly said, "That was totally my fault. I didn't even look to the left to see if anything was coming." And she just pulled out right in front of her and
Damn.
totaled her car.
Ain't too many honest people like that no more, are there?
Didn't you get hit from when you were pulling in the drugstore? One time you're pulling in and the guy was backing up and you stopped and he hit your car and you got
No, I was backing out and that motherfucker come flying around that parking lot.
And hit you?
And hit me.
And you got blamed for it.
Yeah.
Mm.
That was Shreveport.
Yeah, I was backing out and this dude was, I don't know how fast he was going, but he smacked right into me. And then tried to say it was my fault.
Wow.
No, it was his fault by the way the cars were sitting. My truck was almost out of the parking spot, and his was still sitting there in the middle of the parking lot.
And if it was facing your vehicle, that's an instant curative.
It was facing my vehicle, between my tire and the back fender.
So you were in his clearer vision than he was you, even if you had seen him.
There would have been no time to move.
Yep.
But he was a different flavor and the rules aren't the same for each flavor.
And then the cop in his report said that I admitted it was my fault. Me and Chuck went to the police station. I told him, I said, I never told you it was my fault.
He got snooty and I got pissy and he finally told me to calm down before I got arrested.
Yeah, and then a lady cop came out there and she made him go to the back and we told her what happened. And she's like, well, I'll see what I can do. Never did hear back from him. I don't even think he got anything out of my insurance for that. So she must have did something.
You have a good night, Willie D. Rest well.
Take it easy, Willie.
Yeah, that day when I got hit in my car wasn't even a month old. He tried to say that them dents were in my back of my car already. And when he did, my coworker who was with me jumped out of the car, got in this man's face, y'all. I was like, holy crap. Because I was fixing to get out and argue with him. And I just sat back down in my car. I said, you go, Carrie Joe. He's like, man, there ain't no reason to get out of control like that. I was like, oh, crap. Now I got to get out of the car.
He has a little crooked ass business down there, and I think he pays off people and supports stuff for them. He's a damn drunk.
You want to go see something?
I think they said he was probably drunk. I think that's what Carrie told me. Anyway.
Look at his arm.
That's like when we were coming home, he was on the highway in front of me going all over the highway. And when I got my first chance to go around him, I did. Because I wasn't getting by that fool and getting an accident. And I'll be darned if he didn't hit me anyway.
Night, David. You have a good, restful sleep, too.
What did you do it?
Good night, David.
Good night, David. Good night, Willie.
They still using it?
Wouldn't doubt it, Blackwatch.
Well, I was in one accident and ever. It's like in 1980 and I was driving down it's a 2-lane highway and this older man in a huge Suburban, I was turning left and he just ran right over me. The whole left side of my car was gone. And not gone, but I couldn't open the door. It was just crushed in. And back then you didn't have to have insurance. His Suburban cost $60 to fix the headlight. That's all the damage that was done. But he took me to court to sue me because he said I had my right blinker on and I turned left in front of him, which wasn't true, but whatever. It was all a big lie. But he was a Mason. The DPS officer that came 45 minutes later, we had to wait 45 minutes for an officer to show up at this accident. He was a Mason. The man that hit me didn't have his driver's license, didn't have anything. So he let someone go get his wife and his stuff that he needed for this accident. We go to court, and they sat there and totally lied on the witness stand. And like half of the people, good night, Lisa, love you, in the courtroom, whenever they were picking the jury, stood up and said, "We know what happened. We know that it was not Bonnie's fault." And they said, "You're dismissed." So, like, they had a really hard time getting a jury together, but the jury decided that it was 50% his fault and 50% my fault, so neither one of us got anything.
So it was still a smack to you because it tore your car up of his stupid bullshit.
Yeah, it was totaled. And so it was really hot that day, and that's why I was out there, because I was looking at the swimming hole to see how it was looking, if there were a lot of snakes or whatever, because I was going to take the kids swimming. And so he told me to come sit in his Suburban while we were waiting for the officer to show up. And his newspapers were laying there just like mine were. I had just bought my newspapers too, but mine were scattered all over the place. And he said, "Yeah, I was reading the newspaper and didn't even see you." And I was like, wow, if only I could have had that recorded. He knew it was his fault.
Supposed to be anything behind the passenger or driver's door
Mm-hmm.
is supposed to be at fault to the person from the back. If it's from ahead of that, it's you. But
Yes. And I know that's for real now, because when I was working coming out of Austin, if those people, you're going 70 miles an hour, and they would just swerve around you real quick and then slam on their brakes to turn right. And you're sitting back there trying your hardest to stop your vehicle on a dime, because you know if you hit them, it's going to be your fault. Even though they just cut you off, it doesn't matter.
that's why they hurry up and pull out in front of you and go slow or
Mm-hmm.
stop or whatever. They're hoping you hit them.
They're trying to collect. Yeah. There's there are so many insurance fraud. That goes on all the time.
It's like these damn semi trucks, they'll do that shit. Hurry up and pull in front of you and know it's going to take them a mile to get up to 50 mile an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And then out here on this Highway 80, it's 65, but I usually run at 70. And then semi trucks will wait for you to come over a hill, and you're probably 100 feet away, and then they try to hurry up and pull out in front of you.
And that's my mother's excuse whenever I see that she was driving 93 miles per hour. It was a semi. It was their fault. And I'm like, Mama. She doesn't turn her head. All she does is uses mirrors. And if she don't see it in a mirror, you're in trouble.
Hell, the other day I was picking Wyatt up from the doctor, and I left out of here, and one did me that way where I was in Vicky's little Toyota, and I hit her little Toyota horn. It's all me.
Kind of like a clown car horn.
It's like, please move. Probably thought I was a psycho, but I hit the turn. It was right there at the turn lane, and it's got the little, after you pass the turn, it's still got the little center part with the stripes going through it.
I passed him through that. You probably thought that was yesterday.
Put me in her car, put me and my son in there, Wyatt. Hell, it plays hell pity for somebody sitting in the back. With just me in it, hell's like a coffin with wheels on it.
Oh, I'm not in that too big a hurry to get anywhere. I let them do what they're doing until it's safe to do what I need to do, and then if I'm gonna pass them, I pass them. But I'm a horrible backseat driver. If I'm riding with somebody and they're doing something stupid, I let them know. Sorry. My soon-to-be son-in-law is becoming real familiar with that. Because he's got his license in Hungary.
Huh. There, Bonnie, I just sent you something Vicky sent me about a wild fight in the Waffle House.
Oh, no.
I guess it was in Austin.
Yeah, it's instant karma and angels in one video. You'll see.
That when I caught the chair and threw it.
Blackwatch, ice cream is congesting, right? Just letting you know. Oh my goodness. Should I share that? Holy moly, they are out for blood. Is that too bad to share?
It shouldn't be.
Instant karma, and that angel was watching out for that girl.
I'm telling you.
Oh, the little girl caught it and swung it behind her.
Yeah. Dang.
Let me see if I can.
Some crazy, crazy stuff going on.
Damn animal.
Yeah. That one girl got instant karma.
And I have seen so many things that's what it reminds me of. Animals are uh, just yep,
Yeah, it's like
animals.
all
Just,
going with it, burning stuff up and all that stuff. Like the year before last, it
mhm.
looked like the chimpanzee cage when they go nuts. I ain't trying to sound racist about it, just what it looked like. Bunch
Yeah,
of
because
wild ass
there was
animals.
whites and blacks mixed in that.
Yep.
And they did it. That's what they look like.
People hanging on the fences and jerking back and forth and all. It just looked like a bunch of wild animals trying to get out of a pen.
Okay.
Now, that was me back in the day. My mom and dad would came and got my butt in front of everybody and whooped me.
Yes.
And they weren't scared how old I was.
Like that one mama caught her son who was a protester and
Yeah.
jerked his damn mask off and was beating the shit out of him and telling him to go home.
Right there in the middle of the street. That was funny.
We never did. I guess one time we did a sit down at the school because of something that was going on. Just
Double click it and it'll make it big.
okay, mute. But I want you big. Can you see it? Did I?
Little tiny picture. That's what I was saying. Hit the little double arrows and make it. You might have to grab it off that once you make it big. Maybe it will hit it right. That little picture on the bottom. You'll see the mute and then the two arrows pointing to corners. It might make it big.
No. Oh well.
You want me to run it through?
I guess so. I'm having some issues here.
Let's see.
Stop sharing. Get out of there. Well, I can't even get back to. I've lost y'all.
Here you go. Let's see if I can find it now and send it to you. That's not it.
Guardsman, how you doing?
There you go.
And guardsman, that's probably what it is.
Let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Is it big now?
It's as big as I had it.
This one ain't showing big. Let me try changing this. Let's see.
Oh, it's good enough.
All right. I'll start it.
Hello, girls, not to be messed with.
Right?
Beating the piss out of that one too.
It's like instant karma. Angel.
Well, and her trying to jump over that counter. Looked like she just took a nosedive.
And God said, not today, Satan.
But can you imagine having to clean up that mess? Goodness.
No. Shoot, they made that girl sit down, going, we'll clean it. You sit down.
That one girl once played softball or something to be able to catch that chair that quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, people.
Hey, guards.
And
Yeah.
it was probably over some little, they didn't have something she wanted. Like
Yep.
that one place, didn't that somebody get shot because they didn't have French fries or something? I don't know.
Chicken nuggets, I think it was.
You know, in our day, it had to have something a major malfunction for it to even go that far. What we just watched.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, if y'all don't quit posting pictures of crawfish. Everybody, Louisiana and Texas, posting pictures of crawfish. It's that time of season, just about.
Did I send you that picture with the stacks of newspapers? Some people see a recycler. People in Louisiana see crawfish season.
Yep.
Because that's newspaper they use for tablecloth.
Yeah. Where is that? Is it the Crab Shack where they just lay out a sheet of paper and
Dump
dump it
things
right
out.
there on the table?
Yeah.
Or you go get your own and you make it.
Let me grab it. Let's see.
Are you dropping that for Andy? Andy at that.
They want the video link for that. It was Facebook. It's on Facebook. There it is if you can grab it.
Rich running. There it is. Thank you, Chuck.
Yeah, guardsman. She'd make a badass hockey goalie, wouldn't she?
Definitely have grams.
Yeah, Auntie, I dropped it over there. I don't know if you got it. It's Facebook link, but
And it seems like it's that way here also. If somebody comes behind the bar.
yeah, I bet them loose chairs aren't no longer in that store after that. They probably come in and put bar stools that were connected to the floor.
That's the bar that I was working at. The bar stools were the cement floor, so you could not pick them up and throw them. But they did have tables and chairs. But we didn't have that problem. There was one time And of course, it had to do with my son. That he can just walk down the street and find trouble. But some guy came in. Luckily, I wasn't there to witness it, but um, and he had a gun in the back of his pants and pulled it on my son and shot the ceiling. There was 2 bullets in the ceiling when I went back to work and heard the story. And since I knew my son was alive, I didn't go completely hysteric.
That's crazy.
Yes,
Glad he's all right.
yes. Oh, you just wouldn't believe. The boy's had 6 concussions. I don't even know how you can still talk. Function.
Damn.
It's just the gall of people doing shit like that in a public place. It's just,
Yeah, because it's totally against the law to go into a bar with a gun. I mean, even here, where you can carry anywhere, you cannot carry it into a bar. That's a given. And
bars I used to go in, the damn bartender and bar back or the owner, all of them had guns behind the bars. That's the stupidest damn place to pull a bar out next to a police station or a donut shop.
yeah, and well, and it was okay to have one behind the bar, but none of the patrons could come in carrying. But this guy had already done something somewhere else, and he went to the bar to hide. And then I guess um, small town, everyone knows, and probably were trying to detain him until the police came anyway. And then he went.
So he decided to release the stupid.
Yes. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know it's not legal here. And
I like
yeah,
that guy.
I had no problem cutting people off. And boy, you want to make a whole bar pissed off real quick, cut someone off. And as they're yelling at me, though, he passes out and falls off the bar stool onto the cement floor, crack.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I remember hollering, ain't saying you gotta go home, but you can't stay here.
Yep. Yeah, bartending's a hard job. I don't get it too much.
I think he was a bartender to VFW.
Well, that was probably pretty calm, wasn't it?
Yeah, sort of them old guys would get in arguments, but they'd always go outside, and it's kind of funny watching old men fight.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Then they get their shit together, go back inside and get a beer.
Yep. Loser bye.
There was a few of them left from Korea back in them days. Most of them were Vietnam vets.
Ooh, and they told me some horror stories. One guy, he was a spy.
Rick's
He'd go on the other. He'd go on the other side and spy. He said, "Honey," he said, "I can't. Still to this day, can't tell you none of it." I'm like, "That's fucked up."
Looks like Rick's back on The Walking Dead.
Who said that? Carl. Very true, Carl. Garrett, you've been a bad boy.
What did you say, what?
Rick is back on The Walking Dead.
That's messed up, Garrett.
What?
Yeah.
Somebody impersonating him and pouring bombs, bots, whatever.
Impersonating him.
Somebody else's name on another channel or something.
Oh, wow.
I think it was Garrett impersonating Garrett. Excuse me.
It's messed up that people can be a skis bag, but they can't do a skis bag and be proud of what they do. They got to hide under somebody else's name.
Right.
Well, a lot of kids don't know the sidewalk rule.
Huh?
The sidewalk rule when your husband and wife and you're walking down the sidewalk.
Yeah, the
You know,
wife should be all the way up.
Man should be by the road.
Thank you. And thank you, Wyatt. We brought you up right.
Unless you bitch, put her out there some and keep her walk slow by puddles.
Shit.
Hell, Bonnie, I've been on here at 3:40. I don't know how long you're going to be on. I'm going to get off and let Vicky watch TV.
Yeah. I was thinking I'm kind of getting a little tired. Not used to this anymore. My voice is going.
Hey, you're not scratchy no more. It's just real mellow.
Yeah.
Well, good night, y'all. Love you and much love. I'll talk to y'all later, probably tomorrow sometime.
Thank you for coming up, Chuck. And Vicky, Wyatt, y'all have a good night.
Okay, good night, guys. Take
Love
care.
y'all.
Much love and God bless you all. Have a wonderful night. What's left of it.
Yeah, you too. Take it easy, Bruce. Much love, everybody. Bye.
God bless you too. Black Watch, you're gonna sing to me.
Now, like I said earlier, Bonnie, it's so good to have you back in here. It's awesome.
Well, thank you, Bruce. I appreciate that. I know it's been a while, and it got to where, as crazy as it sounds, I'm not showing my face. It's like I'm just sitting here talking to a computer, but I get nervous.
Yeah.
And since it had been so long, it was like, I'll wait. And Chuck was I'll put one on if you'll come up. And I said, okay. So I go up on his.
You know, I got to redo my, not really bookmarks. I got to organize my subscriptions so I can access them, everything, instead of doing a worldwide search for them as much as I've got marked on this thing and all of that. Sometimes I kind of check the regulars every night to see what's going on or see upcoming and, you know, stuff like that and everything. And as for me, since last time I seen you, major problem I've got is my heater. It don't want to work like it's supposed to. I don't know why. It's only 40 years old and I don't have the money to replace it. So I'm kind of improvising this and that, weather through till spring and stuff, and see what I can pull off before next winter to get something done and all of that. So that's one of the major deals. Still no change with my daughter or anything like that. Health wise with me, it's about the same, but.
Oh my goodness.
And I feel just a tad bit better, but there's a lot of room for improvement, believe me, and
Yeah.
everything. But it's at least I'm still able to get around limited to a certain extent, but it's not. It don't have me knocked all the way down. My main deal, I'm just running out of energy is what my main problem is, and all of that. So, but it's
Yeah.
slowly but surely. But I'm got a long ways to go, but other than that, it's the same old thing day in and day out since I've seen you last.
Yep. That's the way it is with me. Is the got to get my muscle back again now. What little I had gotten back.
Yeah,
70 years.
I've been watching some videos since I've had heater problems. I stumbled up on a one heater that might be an option, and you can run it in the house. It's called a. It's made by what they call Mr. Heater, but it's the Buddy Heater.
Yeah.
Camel Carl knows about him because he runs one.
Yep.
And things, and so I'm thinking about maybe if I can swing it when I get paid, get me one. That way I'll have it too, and everything. And the nice thing about it, if the lights go out, you still got something. And also, I can. Are you when you move? Are you going to be in a house, or are you just going to be in the camper?
It's gonna be a mobile home.
Okay. I've got a video I'm going to send you that this guy's a heating and air conditioning guy, but you can wire the heater where when the lights go out, that you can have a 12-volt battery and a power inverter to 110 to run your heater if it's I guess you can run the whole thing, but like I say, if you got gas and electric, that you can still have heat if the lights go out. And also, he's made another video, like if you got to show you how to do it with a generator too. It's wired up the same way, but you use your generator to power the heater and stuff. So I'm going to say their videos ain't very long, but I can show it to you or send it to you and let you maybe figure it out to get it wired up like that. I think when I get my new one put in, I'm going to do that and everything. That way I can 12-volt battery and a power inverter, a 300-watt inverter or something like that. It'll run till the battery goes dead, and then you can, of course, charge the battery off the car or something. But
Yeah.
it's something else that I stumbled across that could improvise from your ordeal last year.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You betcha. And I just stumble up on stuff, I'm not looking for it or anything. It just stumbles up, that'll work. And
Yeah.
everything. So, and I download them also have a hard copy on my disk and stuff. That way I've got them in case it goes down, or if we got to run it without an internet, I still got the information and stuff too. So, but I'll send you the links to those and everything and let you ponder that. And maybe it don't cost that much. It is just getting somebody to wire it up that way and all of that. And it shouldn't be very difficult to do.
Okay. Thank you.
So, but anyway, I'm going to get out of here too, Bonnie. My back's getting a little sore and all of that. And it's sure good to hear your sweet voice again, hon.
Thank you.
It's just nice. And
Well, thank you for coming up on panel. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, like I say, I get some wild thoughts going on and everything, and I don't know how people are going to react. So I thought I'd just put it out there and stir the pot and see what comes up and what can get started and have more information come out. And we can find out a lot by doing something like this too.
Yes. communication is key for
Yeah,
figuring this all out, because
yeah,
everyone has a different view, or might know a little more than someone else, or
yeah. Who knows? One of us might come up with an off the wall idea or a thinking out of the box like I got that. I'm not saying it's going to get any traction, but it might get to the right people to pull something off and change the situation. Just think an old Podunk hillbilly out here in the middle of nowhere caused a big stink nationwide.
well, that's what it's going to take, I think.
Yeah, it don't hurt to try
That's right.
and everything. But like I say, with that deal, if one side would switch sides, where like all the Republicans would that want to go to the Democrat side to take over the Democrat side of the legislature and stuff and leave just a few Republicans, which they're outnumbered like 2-1 and things like that, and pull off their own deal, we could get something done that way and everything. It wouldn't matter who tried to stand in the road because it wouldn't work.
Right.
And things. So that's why I said what I said. Who knows? Might be listening and might get it to the right people to use an off the wall tactic and stuff. And that don't mean once they handle business and stuff to get things on the right track where they can go back to the original party and try to keep it going that way. If not, try to outsmart them again and do it again.
Yep.
So, but anyway, sweetheart, you have a good night. Much love to you, and God bless, and take care. And most of the time I'm here trolling and stuff, or not trolling, but lurking and stuff and everything. Got something to say. I try to get in and I try to find the link and I just put it over here to the side. When I get ready to come in, I pop it, and that's how I do it.
Yeah, okay.
Have fun.
That's fine.
But anyway, say
God
good
bless
night.
you and have a good night.
Yeah, good night to everyone in chat. Much love to you guys all, and God bless. And again, much love, Bonnie, and take care. And so good to have you back, hon.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Take care.
You too. Good
Bye-bye.
night.
Good night.
Okay, I'm going to pray us out. Since it's been so long since I've done it publicly again. All right. Father, I want to thank you for bringing us together tonight. Thank you for letting my health get back to where I could talk again and visit with these amazing people. I ask that you just keep everyone safe and comfortable. Protect them from the weather and any other evils that might come along. I ask you to just give everybody peace and comfort in you, Lord. In Jesus' name I ask. Amen. Thank you all for joining me tonight. It was so good to see all of you. Richard. All right. Y'all have a good night. God bless you. Love you. Thank you for coming in. Y'all make me not want to leave, but my voice really is going. Y'all have a good night. Get some rest. Probably see you tomorrow. Love y'all.